Hello, my children. How are you guys doing today? I'll get my chat up. Please, someone tell Ace to stop. What is Ace to Jace doing? How are you guys doing? Hello, Zombie Low. Hello, Biblical Words. Hello, Tessado. Hello, Cypher. Hello, That One Lee. Hello, Debunk User. Hello, Millie Moody. How are you guys doing today? I'm still getting situated, so just give me 1 second. I was going to show off my new firearm today, but YouTube, I guess, and the TOS said no. Can I spread the gospel here? Maybe we can wait just a little bit. You know, like the first thing to come on stream and spread the gospel. You know, it's maybe a little bit later. Good day, KO. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. I'm taking care of business outside of stream, so that's kind of productive to say the least. You didn't like Albino? That was the most unfunny shit ever. It was giving millennial cringe. I was like, he's lucky. Like, I'm not in a vindictive mood today because I was thinking about either timing you out or banning you for that one. Hello, Ention. How are you doing? YouTube. Hello, Propsman. Yeah. So I was going to do like a live stream where it's like I was showing off my like firearm and stuff like that, but you can't have guns on live stream on YouTube. And I was like, all right, that's kind of insane. Even if there's no ammunition, which I don't even have it. So I think one day at some point I'll do that on Kick or something. Because I will say, I think I do want to do, like, as I get better, like, obviously not right now, as I'm getting the fundamentals of everything. I'd like to at some point get, what's it called? Do live streams at, like, a firing range. And I'll just wear, like, sunglasses and a face mask. The bunk almost got cooked. He was lucky I was busy this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry if I didn't go to y'all other streams. I was busy. That's fine. I don't think I have a stream sense. So the barber that me and my dad have been going to for a long time died last month, but we didn't know until yesterday. Damn, shout out to that barber. I hope he passed peacefully, J Stays. How are you been? J Stays? I was gonna literally show you my firearm I got, but YouTube said no, unfortunately. You're gonna do the bow? What is the bow? What is the bow? I don't think I have my towel. I need to grab that. But how have you guys been, my problematic children? Doing fine. That's good. That's good to hear. I broke up with my girlfriend because she ended up lying to me. Okay, I think that might be a overreaction. But what was she lying to you about? I guess that's what really matters. Because humans naturally lie for different reasons. It's not necessarily the lie that's important. It's the reason behind the lie that's important. You know, because people lie all the time. And a lot of it is done innocently. And because they're trying to protect the person they're speaking to. So it depends on the lie. Hello, Adoro. Is that Ponko? What's her name? Raccoon? I like your profile picture. That's what I'm saying. No pew pew sad times. I know. So I was thinking about doing like range. I'm gonna do that on Kick or something, which is so strange that YouTube's like picky about that. Holy bombshell, says Ayato. How are you doing, Ayato? Bao is another VTuber who also went to a firing range with a mask. Ah, I see. I see. Poco, there we go. There we go. I like Poco. Poco is super, super cute. I'm doing okay, I guess. Was supposed to donate plasma today, but I was deferred for a slightly too high heart rate. That's very interesting, especially considering a lot of people get anxiety when they get into a medical setting. So that's weird that they said no. Box in the trash. I know. Not fitting for a sig. Listen here. It's not 320. Everyone's like, that's literally a 320. It's like, definitely not. You know what I mean? I've seen the new viewers. Howdy, y'all. I don't even have my little CCB up. Also, if my account somehow disappears and I don't show up, means I've been banned or I'm dead. I hope you don't die, Jace the Ace. You are one of my favorite chatters here. Everybody loves you, Jace the Ace. This is half a KO's stream and then half a, what's it called? A Jace the Ace fan club. So I hope you don't pass away anytime soon. Funny, she did draw this profile picture a long time ago. She's also really, really cute artist. I think Poco's really cute. That she liked me, she was dating me without even liking me. She lied about liking you. Well, maybe she was gonna grow on you. I don't know. Like, how can you date somebody and, like, not tell that they like you? You know what I mean? Your headphones is almost out of battery. Better charge them. Do you have to cut a hole for your tail? Yeah, absolutely. There's a little hole in this trash can. That's why I was throwing out on the side of the street. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Perfect place for my hole. I'm still gonna make fun of you, says Bob. That's fair, that's fair. Today I'm drinking a Celsius Sparkling Cherry Cola. It is not bad, all things considered. I will say one of my favorite gummies is the gummies that are, what's it called? Cola flavored. Those are pretty good. I was thinking to play a game, but I saw you streaming, so I see. I was thinking about playing a game too. I need to play some horror games. It's Halloween, you know, all those. You know what these kids like? They like the little holidays, you know what I mean? Whatever make the little kids happy. So there was a few scary games that I did want to play. I was also skeptical because it's a SIG, but the P365. Yeah, supposedly the P365 is one of the best and most frequent models on the market. The 320 obviously was a shit show. If you guys don't know, SIG Sauer, the company who made the firearm I purchased, they make a really good handgun called the P365 and really popular, very safe, etc., etc. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they had a contract with the military. But either way, they came out with a model called the 320, and that was not a safe model. Where I think if you accidentally dropped it, it can fire. When most guns are drop safe. And so that made it very, very dangerous. And instead of like addressing it and saying like, hey, let's do a recall on these guns, they kind of brushed it under the rug. And if I'm not mistaken, I think someone in the military died because the gun dropped and killed them. Surprisingly many new people around today. Well, I'm also trying the, what's it called? The dual stream, the vertical stream. It's actually kind of cool the way YouTube does it. So that's why my character's in the middle. The only thing is like you can't slide the viewfinder for the mini stream anywhere outside of the middle. So that's why I'm in the middle rather than the side like I usually am. Good news, by the way. What's the good news? Tell me, Bob. You upset my husband? Which one? Do you think I'm a scumbag, Jace the Ace? I think you're misunderstood, Jace the Ace. And I think you can't really control your anger because you might have a anger problem in a medical sense. And you do like attention a lot. I am very aware of that. You come in here because you're trying to get attention. Most likely because you don't get attention in your real life from your friends, family, or people you care about. So you come in here to get attention. And I think that's more a cry for help than anything else. I don't really say you're a scumbag. More so you're just troubled. You know what I mean? Play Outlast. What is Outlast? They also make a really bad handgun. Which handgun? Just all handguns, all things considered? An airman died because of it. I wonder if it was someone in the Air Force? Because I know in the in the Navy, we also call them airmen as well. Or I'm going to read my Bible. Tell me for when time to spread the gospel, says Biblical Words. Biblical Words, do you only come in here to promote your content? Because that's kind of mean, Biblical Words. It's kind of mean. But it's so funny because that's exactly what Jace the Ace did too. My closing date is set. Closing date for a house? For a house? Is that what you mean? I don't like it when you talk about that due to some trauma, so can you not? Absolutely not. I will talk about whatever I want to talk about because this is my stream. However, I don't even know what you're talking about as far as me not talking about things. But understand this stream is not catered to you, Wild Capybara. It's catered to me. You know, this is my little YouTube channel. You know, but feel free at any time to swipe up. The P320 you're talking about. Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Outlast will probably get you motion sickness. Yeah, definitely. Like, so, that one, Leaf. Have you heard of the game? I gotta find it real quick. It's called Japanese. Hold on. Where is it? Wishlist? It looks like a Japanese Amon observation deck. Japan stigmatized property. But they use real photos of like old like haunted Japanese properties. And it looks pretty cool. I want to play it at some point because it's like non-motion sickness for me. Yes, a house. That's awesome. What interest rate did you get? I do wonder because I know that's insane. But congratulations. KO's a ban the evangelical. We can't necessarily ban them just because he's an evangelical, Jace the Ace. You have to use his word. You have to use your words, Jace the Ace. You can't just ban people. No fun. Ace, I'm not doing this again. Yeah, it was the Air Force. I know they were under Global Strike Command. Ah, I see. Man, that's real tragic. Especially because I don't remember. We had to hold some sort of firearm in the military for our watch duty, but I don't know what firearm it was. You know about it? I have heard about it, but I haven't seen gameplay. Yeah, I saw Suise playing it, so I'm like, you know what? It's available on Mac. I want to play it at some time, but I'm probably gonna wait till night. The only thing is, like, can you catch night streams at all? That one, Leaf? Because I know, like, you in your fuck-ass time zone. Yeah, can you ban the religious guy? I don't like the fact he's forcing the Bible. He's not forcing the Bible. He's asking very respectfully, hey, can I spread the religious word? And I said, nah, not right now. You know what I mean? And he respected that. And now he's just saying, like, hey, I'm going to read the Bible. You know what I mean? But what if the Bible is true, says Jace the Ace? ACC went back to M9s because of it supposedly went off when the airman put it on a table. Yeah, that's what I heard too. That's what I heard too, which is kind of insane, all things considered. Living in another time zone sucks. Yes, it's Ayato Takema. Ayato Takema. What is your other YouTube account, I do ask? I'm Kana. Oh, hi, Kana. How are you recovering from your insane surgery? If you guys don't know, Kana slammed headfirst into the back of a car, I'm guessing window, smashed their face, and had to get surgery recently. Insane. Okay, I'm blocking that biblical guy. Why not, just Ace? You're free to do so. Depends on when. If the weekend's maybe on Halloween, then it's school break anyway. The weekend. You guys don't get tomorrow off, do you? I hope that dude's okay. He's doing pretty good, I think. All things considered, he's chatting in chat. You know what I mean? Are you still in the hospital, Kana? That was crazy. I'm doing better. Got my nose fixed up now. My left eye is doing better. Ooh. That sounds so painful. All things considered. You know? I had one accident one time. It was, I was really tired, man. I got up really early and I should not have gone bike riding. And I was tired. And I was going downhill on the sidewalk. And I noticed, like, we have these weird little tree plants around here where it's like they have these plastic casings. Like, kind of like this crunchy casing. And it was all littered all over the sidewalk. And I was, like, looking down at it. And I was going at a decent speed. And I was like, oh, I should probably brake because I could trip on one of those, like my wheels or whatever. When I did that, I broke on the beans, whatever they were, and it started like going out of control. And I slipped back and hit the back of my head. And I swear to God, unironically, if I was not wearing a helmet, I would have gotten like a huge concussion. Because like the way I fell back, like my head like bonked on the concrete, and I was like, damn, I'm really glad I got a helmet. No, I mean, the Bible guy have trauma with religion, so can you not? Wild Capybara, you're responsible for your trauma and your triggers, not everybody else. You know, if the conversation, you don't like it, you're going to have to, like, you know, like, hey, I can't deal with this right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not our responsibility. Because I do talk about religion every now and then around here. Because Jace the Ace brings it up once a week about, is God real? Is the Bible real? We do this all the time with Jace the Ace. You know, but we're not responsible of what makes you uncomfortable. That is you. You know what I mean? And that's for everybody. I have my own little trauma and triggers, but it's like, that's my, you know, that's my responsibility. I'm not going to tell other people to not do certain things to cater to me. Oh, this week I only have school on Monday and Tuesday because my class is going on a trip in a hut and I'm not paying $80 to be able to sleep properly. On a hut? Not the hut excursion. Where are you guys going? What the? Remember, guys, wear your riding glasses. I wear regular glasses because I just can't see. But other than that, I don't have specific glasses, but it makes me want to kind of consider. Yeah, man, you can always walk away. Exactly. You know what I mean? All right, boys, we put in the FRT on her pistol. What the hell is FRT? What put in a FRT into her pistol? What do these words mean? You have to speak a little bit easier. Religion's only purpose is to control and dictate us. If there's a deity, we are not free. The deity is a figment of humanity's imagination. We must abandon them, says Jace the Ace. Like I get a lot of hatred of stuff like that, but I don't harp on people for it. Yeah, and it's just like, there are some people who are religious. I'm not religious. I think a lot of it is silly. I think a lot of it is for the meaning of control. But at the same time, I will say there is value to religion, because some people don't have a innate moral compass, and they need something else to keep them in check in order to be not a terror to society. And so therefore, I'm like, okay, religion does have its benefits. Why are you in a trash can again? I haven't been in a trash can in a while. This is a trash can stream. Some hut in the mountains. I mean, do you want to go that one, Leaf? Do you want to go? Force reset trigger. What is that? Oh god. It was twilight, so it was too dark for my riding sunglasses. Ah, yeah, I only go before noon. Before noon is when I bike ride. It mimics full autofile while maintaining semi-auto. I think mine's semi-automatic is what it is. And hello, Stargazer, aka Shadow of Ghost. XX underscore Shadow of Ghost underscore XX. If I was the creator, just create a whole universe and then let it be and create more, each being different, says Jace the Ace. Why don't you play Sims or something, Jace the Ace? That sounds right up your alley as far as, content. I miss having a bike. Bikes are fun, I will say. Do you believe Santa exists? I do not personally believe Santa exists. I will say, like, again, my father, a lot of his cultural influence, like, rubbed off on me at an early age. In his culture, they don't believe in all this, what's it called? Like, you know what I mean? The Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus. So I don't really believe in a lot of that either. Forgive my intrusion, but it seems you're about to be taken to the dump, Chrysalis. I know. I'm about to be properly disposed of. These are my final moments. I hope you guys have enjoyed all my streams thus far. I can hear the dump truck coming in the distance. FRTs are fun, painful for wallet though, all the ammo you're gonna burn through. I see. I gotta learn to, like, properly shoot a gun first. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys why I got the gun. I feel like I could have a cool convo about this stuff with Fox. Hell yeah. I love talking about pretty much anything. All things considered. Some things, I'm like, oh, I can't really talk about that because the internet is not ready for it yet. But I do like talking about pretty much anything. Sims would be great for you, Jay says. All things considered. Good morning, Sachiko Draco, Reality Werewolf, VTuber, Empress, Uwu. How are you doing? Long time no see. Poor Tasato's wife who's for real trash. Damn. I love how, like, everyone is like, this thing belongs to Sasato. Wild. He is psyoped everyone. He's like, Kao's is my wife. And then everyone's like, you know what? Okay. I get the ass end of it. What happened for you to end up in this situation? I'm at an all-time low. And, I don't know. But anyway, so what happened? The reason why... I'm back, says Biblical Words. Welcome back! Biblical Words. Welcome back. I like to go out and walk at night. And, not at night. In the evening or whatever. And I was going for my normal walk, and I kind of go in this little small area. It's not small, but it's this path I can take into a loop, and each loop lasts about 5 minutes, like walking through. And I carry my gallon water bottle because it's very hot here in Vegas, and I want to stop and I want to stop and drink water. So I leave that water bottle on a bench, and as I was doing, every time I do an entire loop, I stop to get a drink of water and then do my next loop, whatever. And then I actually was at the opposite end of where my water bottle was when I was walking the loop this time. And I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything. But when I came back, I noticed my water bottle was gone. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Someone took my water bottle. And then I realized it was because these kids had taken the water bottle and smashed it against the tree and poured it out. And it was just out of malice. Like, there was no reason. It's like they literally waited. So it's like they were watching me and they waited until I was like as far away as my water bottle as I could be to, like, destroy it. And I was like, I'm getting a gun. And that's why I got a gun. You know what I mean? Because the idea of somebody, like, watching me and observing me to the fact that they wanted to do something malicious. And I'm assuming they're children, because it's like I don't see, like, an adult doing something like that. But you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very tall, nor very big. A 13-year-old boy, a child, could probably beat my ass, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a gun. Self-defense. This is my first stream. Hello, Captain Shame a Ho. Whoa. Shaming hoes around here. Not the slut-shaming Captain Ho. Explain yourself. Birth control ads. Yeah, it's just like nowadays, like it's like I don't live in, like, a super rich community, you know what I mean? I'd love to at some point. But kids around here are just like, they're terrorists. They like, there's just like this thing where it's like they'll try to like stomp in people's doors just for the hell of it. And it's like, I have extra security. But they also will like try and like, I've seen people say that they've smashed their garage doors, which fixing a garage door is like $1,000 to $3,000, which is ridiculous. And they just do it just for the sake of maliciousness. You know what I mean? And it's just like they're really, really aggressive, and they'll yell at you and they'll heckle you and they'll drive in the streets and stuff like that, just so they could like play that like chicken kind of game with your car. So it's almost like they're trying to like swerve into your car. And I think, man, it's like one of these kids are gonna get hit. You know what I mean? So you live in the hood. I used to live in the hood, but this is not the hood anymore. So you live in the ghetto. Damn. I used to live in the ghetto. No, it's really funny. I will say it's like there's a big difference between like the ghetto and then urban terrorism kids. You know what I mean? Was it a plastic or metal bottle? It was a big plastic water bottle. It was like a gallon one. And it's just like the fact that they just like slammed it against a tree just to destroy it is just like really, really shitty. Wasn't talking, I was talking to the host, Jace the Ace. If you hit the @KO's a button, I'll see your comment better. That way I can see you more clearly. USA things, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? People nowadays lack respect for their fellow man. Yeah, I think it really comes down to a lot of millennial parents do not give a shit about children. And I think they're raising their children. I think they overcompensate because they had like a slightly not perfect childhood. I think it's very insane how a lot of people, especially Westerners, especially Americans, they think everything needs to be perfect and comfortable. And if it's not, it's a transgression against them. You know what I mean? And so these millennials, they had children and they're like, my childhood wasn't perfect. And so I'm going to give my child a perfect childhood. And to them, a perfect childhood is never telling their children no, never disciplining their children, or never doing anything to make their children a nice member of society. And they're like, I'm going to give my kid the world. And then their kid grows up with absolutely zero discipline and turns into a terrorist. And it's absolutely fucking unbelievable. And I cannot stand it. They have no consequences. Exactly. Like, I will say, like, what made me so insane? I remember the gallon is 3.7 liters. Hell yeah. Kaoza, would you damn people like that to eternal suffering? No, Jace the Ace, because unfortunately, regardless of the children are just foolish victims in this circumstance. I do believe they are responsible for their actions, but at the same time, it comes down to the parents. You know, are you saying the parents' eternal suffering? To be determined. You know what I mean? My only gripe with pistols, FRTs, is that it's all or nothing. Maybe attempt to bursting it. I don't like having the option to switch between semi-auto and full fun semi-autos, one shot per trigger pull, whatever that meant. Hell yeah. Millennial parents are the reason why the government used the phrase, we're doing it for the children. I'm a little confused by that, but it sounds good though. Unfortunately, life sucks, all about how you look at it and deal with it. No one's life is perfect and how you take it. Yeah, agreed. And so I think like a lot of parents try to overcompensate for their childhood and giving their kid a quote unquote perfect childhood. Oh, but anyway, what I was going with is here in Vegas, it was absolutely insane. And I didn't bike for probably either 6 months or like, I think it was like 8 months after I heard this event. There were these two kids. One was like 17 or 18, very close. And the other one was like 14. They stole someone's Kia, which we all know the Kia is very easy to steal. And they took it on a joyride. They recorded themselves and they saw a biker biking, and they intentionally ran him over, laughing and stuff like that, and recorded him after they ran him over. Like, you know, they turned around so you could see him like stumbling or whatever. He ended up passing away at the hospital. And the only way that they found out it was those kids that had intentionally run him down was because the kids were airdropping the footage at their school. And someone was like, what the fuck is this? And they reported it. So thankfully they got arrested. But one of the kids' moms was like, he didn't do nothing. He was a good kid, the innocent until proven guilty, even though literally on camera, It's like, it's as clear as day that they recorded this crime. And she still was like, he would never do that. Like, he didn't do this. Unfucking believable, dude. It made my, oh God, it makes my blood boil. I'm not gonna lie. But after that, it's just like the fact that like, they're just like, the parents were like, oh, there's nothing wrong here. You know what I mean? Biggest boy used to get hit just because my writing style was ugly. I'm sorry to hear that, biggest boy. Remember the train with weapons because having weapons is easy, but agreed. That's why it's like, I don't even have ammunition right now. I just have a firearm because I'm getting YouTube. I'm getting used to like holding it and stuff like that. Before I move forward. So I'm being very, very responsible because like guns are very, very serious. Like it's taken me a while personally to like decide to get a firearm. Because it is a very serious, like you have to educate yourself. You have to be responsible. And it's like, you have to keep it really safe. And everyone else, the reason I don't support God is because God is self-serving, the narcissist, corrupt, and self-centered being. Who would worship him like that? That's a great question, Jace. I used to live in LA. Now I live in Australia. I think the comparison is interesting. LA is a shithole. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to break it to anybody. They're just psychopaths. They really are. You're back in the trash can. Gorv! Gorv, my favorite. My favorite Gorv. How are you doing? A shame YouTube censored what I have to say about this. If I were the parent, Your Honor, please grant me 5 minutes for a child alone with a bat. You know what I mean? And it just really sucks because, like, there are parents who their children do insane things because these children are just, they're brain rotted by social media. They're brain rotted by their friends. And the parents take responsibility. And it's like, there's nothing more honorable than saying, like, because like, that's got to be heartbreaking. Because, like, I think, for example, the Charlie Kirk shooter kid, his parent was like, yeah, we're turning him in. And he's like, man, that's got to be heartbreaking. Like, the moment you know your child is going to either face the death penalty or never be seen again, that has got to be heartbreaking for a parent. You know what I mean? But he still did it. And so it's like, I think that's very admirable. There's an old saying around me that says, if you don't raise your kids, you'll have to raise your grandkids. I like that. I like that one, actually. Are you going to get professional training or have a friend help you? Shout out to no friends. So I'm going to get professional training. I have to pay for it. I'm a loser with no friends. So I'm going to have to pay for proper training. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing great, Gorv, but I'd be doing even better if you can help me decide what stream we're going to do, Gorv. Guys, if you don't know, Gorv is a very educated individual, very, very smart, and my chat could use some education, myself included. So he's going to teach us something on stream one of these days, and it's going to be so excited, and we're going to be so happy and cheering for Gorv the entire time. I'm glad to see you're taking initiative, being responsible, and trying to get comfortable with your new pistol. Yeah. I will say for I'm getting better at it. Like I'm feeling more comfortable like picking it up. For a while when I first got it, which was only a few days ago, I would just like feel uncomfortable like lifting it higher than the case, and it was really, really funny. So it would just like stay in the vicinity of the case, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta put it back. So I'm getting more comfortable holding it. Hi Pip, how are you doing? Gun safety and training. Exactly. I thought we agreed that the other person would stand in for me. No, Gorv, you're the one of a kind. No one can stand in for Gorv, okay? Like I said, I am creating a biological weapon with you. I'm not going to give up. Hello, Fenrir. I think you're one of my first husbands. He says I belong in the trash. What the? Isn't here Fenrir. Okay, just because you couldn't financially provide for me. Look, I got the house taken away. Now I'm in a trash can. Just because you can't financially provide for me doesn't mean I'm wrong. If I have multiple husbands who can. Men. Good God. When did you get a gun? I got it like 3 days ago, Pip, actually. And I was going to show it on stream today, but I guess it's against YouTube TOS. What stuff do you have in the trash? I think some water bottles. I'm in the recycling, okay? I'm pure enough for recycling. Honestly, that's good that you respect and understand the gun, though. Yeah, because again, like my dad was in the military. He did like his little tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. And after that, he was a prison security guard. So it's like he's very, very familiar with guns and stuff like that. And he's always like been very responsible and respectful for them. And so it's like it is something that's like you got to take very, very seriously. You weren't the first, Fenrir. Calm down. Chat GPT was here first. True. I made 6 figures. Cough it up in the super chat button. I can do that. Can I do the Did I already do them already? The free gifted super chats? Let me see. Oh, yeah, I can do the 10. Yeehaw, I can do that. Please don't shoot anyone begging. Of course not, Pip. I'm not irresponsible. I would never shoot someone unless it's in self-defense. Don't put me in a self-defense situation, though. You know what I mean? Obviously not, because I didn't get... What the... Okay, give me a second. I think you meant your trash can. He's an opponent to Desato, says Gorb. Thank you for clearing it up for me. Gorb, see, look at Gorb. So smart. It's a SIG P365 TAC Lux. TAC Lux. I love whatever that meant, debunk user. Actually, I really like that a lot. Cut CTVG. Hell yeah. Thank you for keeping your membership for so long. The true supporters. He isn't even a member talking about 6 figures type shit. But yeah, it's a TAC Lux, which is like the luxurious version of the 365. So it's an all metal frame, I guess you could call. So it has very little recoil, and they say allegedly it's the best, like, softest shooter for concealed carry in the market right now. And I'm like, that's perfect for me because I'm not very strong and I'm a woman. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Even though I'm not located in America, I see a lot of gun violence there. I'm glad you're using it responsibly. Absolutely. You know, my, like I said, I came from a father who's very, very responsible for guns. Have you played Uma Musume? I have a little bit. I really like Rice Shower, but that's about it. All right, I'm doing my 5 gifted super chats. Let's see what we got here. Or super members. Whatever. All right, let's see who got it. I'm just happy to have my Beretta clone. I don't donate to charity cases. I thought it was your wife. Oh, look, Crispy Clee got one. Shout out to Crispy Clee. And Propsman. And Dep Patabo. And Chew. Good names, good names. Hell yeah, we got some good names today. Clee, says Garv. Get a load of this guy. Those who use it irresponsibly don't even get their guns legally. Yeah, exactly. It was really funny when I was filling out the background check for it. They were like, are you a fugitive on the run from justice? And I was like, no. But I was like, that's really funny. No sub from KO, she hates me, chat. All right, one more time. I got another 5 and then I'm done. All right, where is it? Membership gifting. There we go. Here's another 5. Let's see if we can get one to Bob. Imagine a main character getting one. Rio, Crusu, Egg, Koba. Kisumi Kumi VTuber. All right. Well, okay. Shout out to them. Shout out to Egg. I don't think Crispy Clee is here, but tell him I said congratulations. I'll tell him, Gorv. For you, Gorv, anything, okay? Even though you guys are both in the same Discord, even though you could tell him so easily, I'll be sure to say, hey, Crispy Clee, Gorv asked me to tell you congratulations. Poor Raina and Jeff. I know. Where's Raina? Where is my dear Raina? Is there a Discord? Yeah, there is a Discord. I think I have it pinned. Yeah, I have it pinned in the comment. That is the Discord. You know, the more people there are in chat, the less likely you'll see the ones you truly care about, Jace the Ace. But what if I care about all you guys, Jace the Ace? I care about all you guys, I will say. I'm sorry, Jace the Ace. I'm not on my A game for streaming. I haven't done it as frequently as I used to. I'm a little slow with the chat reading here lately. I will say. You know? Nah, Star, don't add me after everyone else. Thank you. Gorb, you're funny. You're funny. Gorb, when are you gonna come up here and say hi? Gorb, can you come up here right now? We're gonna get into a Discord call right now. And you can say hi to stream. Can you do that? Pretty sure it's impossible for me to get member. I know, that's really weird how some people just never. Give me some Zwift suffering. I do need to do a Zwift stream at some point. The only thing is that the weather's been fantastic. So I'm waiting for a good day. And then I'm going to go outside and bike. Where have you been at, Fenrir? Me personally, so what the real issue was is my PC died. I'm using a Mac. And I've been dealing with my PC. But also I've been just working. Because, like I said, it's like basically like, it's easier to say it's a part-time job, really. But I design toys and stuff like that as like a part-time job. And it's been a lot of work. And hello, Koba, how are you doing? And so I've been like doing a lot of outside of work, all things considered. Wait, Fenrir, why do you care about being KO's husband when you're into femboys? I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. I think that makes a lot of sense. Fenrir makes sense. You know what I mean? All I'm saying, if you're a man into a tomboy, a masculine tomboy, all I'm saying is side eye. Side eye. I know what you are. I know what you're doing here. I know what you're doing. Is Kaoza not a femboy? Really makes you think. I'm not into Kaoza. I got me a cute-ass femboy. Alright, official divorce. Alright, never speak to me again, Fenrir. Cute Transformers plushie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to show you guys all the other ones, but it takes a long time. Don't side-eye me, my beautiful tomboy wife. I need that little, I need an emoji. You know what I mean? Emoji, question mark, the flag, question mark. I'm not into the whole more than one partner. I see, I see. You just said she was your wife, says Gorv. Gorv defending me. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna type your message with my nose, so here I go. Good luck, Jace the Ace. It's 4 a.m. in the hospital. Man, you're still in the hospital. That's crazy. I hope you have good health insurance. I said she was my wife. Okay, then call me your ex-wife. It's so obvious. You're trying to be like an attention whore. This is a setup. I don't know this guy. You know what I mean? Tomboys at peak. I'm sorry. I want a lifelong best friend as a wife. That's fair. Tomboys are husbands, though. I hate to break it to you guys. Tomboys are husbands. I'm just sitting here listening, Millie Moody. That's fair. My name is Jace. What even makes people attracted to femboys and tomboys? I never really thought about it. I don't know. It's just like, I find a lot of the men who are attracted to me, as me being a tomboy person, tend to be pretty feminine, but they kind of hide their femininity behind a mask of masculinity. That's what I personally noticed. You know, so then they see me, a masculine female, and they're like, you know what? I like it. That's what I usually say. Don't worry, this isn't America. We got proper healthcare. Ah, that's right. That's right. That's good to hear, at least. I am an attention whore, says Fenrir. Fenrir, more like Femrir. Hell yeah. Free Shavakadu. I love that. Jace the Ace. Every time I see the word avocado, I'm like, free Shavakadu. Poor Gorv. Gorv! Gorv! Okay, so Gorv, here's what you should do. Okay, you should go into the Discord and do a audio recording of you saying, hi, chat, and I'll play it on live stream. I'll play it on live stream. Or you can say hi to chat. You need more than one husband. Yeah, I got finances. I have to run a business and get a part-time job just to get by. It's tough out here. I need a man who can pay for my every whim. You know what I mean? Let's get to 20 likes, says Stargazer. Just gotta sit in the waiting room for a few years. It sounds like the VA. I want to buy from you so badly, but the shipping fees cause me to go cardiac arrest. Unfortunately, I cannot. I understand exactly what you mean, but I can't control shipping prices. And every time I order anything from Japan, it's like $150. So I know exactly what you mean, actually. You're telling me I'm a femboy? Absolutely. Why not? I like this femboy not because he was a femboy, just the connection I got between him. We clicked and it took me 4 months to try and get to know him better, and eventually he asked me out. Shout out to that, Fenrir. Shout out to that. You're looking for a dude who's making like 300K then. Alright, I'm looking for a dude in finance. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. Kao's and her husbands remind me of those harem manhwas. Exactly. It is not wrong to have multiple husbands. It really isn't. Will you pay off the dump driver to take you to a posh dump? Maybe a recycling plant. I think I could be recycled, guys. I think I could be composted into material. I could make a nice handbag. Everyone here is a femboy. No one is safe. Agreed. So how's your mind sweeping going? I kind of forgot how the game works, and I'm like, this requires a lot of thought. I'm going to save my thought processing to Tetris, you know? You guys are effing crazy. 300K minimum. Is that too much to ask, guys? Is it too much to ask for a man making $300,000 a year so I don't have to work? Is that too much? I don't think so. In fact, I think that's a humble request. That's I think that's a little innocent request. You know what I mean? Is that so much to ask? I don't think so. Pretty sure one of my rivals is a femboy. Hell yeah. 6-foot finance trust fund. Kaoza, how would you feel if I was rich and famous but then got accused of R? Chase the ace. How would I feel about that? I would have a lot of feelings about that, Chase the ace. It's a very interesting hypothetical situation that I would feel a lot for. You know what I mean? What? What is Fenrir's job? Entering Fenrir, what is your job? What is your job? Speak up. Minesweeper's all fun and games and you need to get a 9. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Your tail will make a cute purse or a coat, maybe. Oh, fur coat? Mean. Mean. Her tail will be great scarf design. Low-key, though. Low-key. I'm high fashion. I'm couture. I think a high bar, but theoretically doable. You know what I mean? That's pretty low and modest for your value. You know what I mean? I don't think it's so much to ask. I don't think a 300 minimum K salary is so much to ask. You know what I mean? I'm just a simple person. I just want a life where I don't have to work. I just want to buy my little toys. Is that so much to ask? I think Jace Ace needs to be banned from chat. I hate to break it to you, Kana, but Jace kind of runs this place high key. He's a little eccentric to say the least. But he's just a very troubled individual, is what Jace Ace is. But hopefully one day we can reach him. You know what I mean? What decision led you to having blue hair? Specifically, I'm not gonna lie, I just like this shade of blue because Miku has it. And so that's why I have blue hair. The ears need some type of ornaments. What the? There we go. There we go. There's your ornaments for you. How long does it... Okay. How long does it take to brush your fluffy tail? I said it correctly this time. Look at me. Look at me. About 30 minutes. I know a tomboy who will literally go and try to fight other tomboys to assert her dominance as a superior tomboy to her wife. This woman is the same breath can bribe her with any spicy nuggets. You love to see it. You love to see it. I do tires and maintenance at an auto shop. Ah, no wonder why we got a divorce. I see, I see. Alright, makes sense, makes sense. Okay, you're living in a trash can. Are you worth 300k? Some man needs to come save me. I'm a damsel in distress, okay? I'm a damsel in distress. Some man needs to come save me from my trash can woes. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a very reasonable ask. Enjoy my little toys. You gotta find someone who works in the mines and oil rigs or a lot. Oh, that'd be fantastic. You know, one that like gets deployed. I said one time I'd never date an officer or man in the military. I think I might have to adjust my preferences a little bit. Deployed half the year? Where's Hayu? Where's Hayu? Mika's at the top of my do not punch because they have blue hair. Okay, okay, that's good to know. Do not punch. Guys, should I be a femboy or keep trying to get a girlfriend? It's up to you, wild capybara. I don't think that's something that needs to be a unanimous or public vote. I think it's whatever speaks to you. Because there's a whole lot to unpack with that one. Save yourself, independent woman. Listen here, I'm trying. I'm trying my best, okay? It's tough out here. I'm tired of working. What makes you worth saving? What makes me worth saving from the trash can with a man with $300,000? Chat, what do you think? Chat, what do you think? What do you think? I need to cheat off your answers, chat. I want to get thick thighs so I can push the FTPs and crush monster cans. I have pretty thick thighs, all things considered. I'm not a huge fan of them, I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling like Chun-Li sometimes. I'm like, I'm not about this life. I'm a full-fledged mechanic and got 80%, says Bob. Full-fledged mechanic? Alright, what's that, okay, so now the real question. This is the one question I have to ask. In order to tell if this is a proper, what's it called? Option or not. Do you pay taxes at the end of the year? Or do you get a tax return? That's what I need to know. Calm down, woman, says Tatato. Tatato, you have to come save me then. Dating a deployed officer, single with extra money. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's actually so funny. Single with extra money. You don't want to know about oil and gas measurement you do not want to know about oil and gas measurement units. Correct. I don't want to know. Chaos, don't say you're a damsel in distress. Lots of guys will be like, that could be me. I could be her hero. Then proceed to learn Chaos with power. Exactly. Listen here. Listen here, Stargazer. I am honey trapping these people. I'm like, please, please come save me. Boys, I need someone to come save me. I need more victims. That's what I'm trying to do, Stargazer. Listen here. I need more punching bags around here. Okay, why are you spoiling the plot? Let them think. Let them think they're in safe territory around here. Your personality. You got a great personality. There we go. I've got a great personality. And by great, I mean absolutely insufferable. So I got that going for me. Your sense of humor is pretty good. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. That mic got loud. That's funny. Woman, I'm too broke for my hobbies to fall for your ruse. That's fair. That's fair. I'll keep looking. I need more victims. I need more victims, you guys. Quit trying to ruin this, okay? I'm trying to bait them in. Guys, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I like the guns. Guys, I need saving. In my mind, Chaos would fight 1 billion monsters, become the Sword Warrior. Why not? Why not, actually? Chaos is a Venus flytrap. You know what I mean? Manipulation at my finest. Me? I would never manipulate anybody, you guys. I think an individual's autonomy is the most important thing in the entire world, and I would never manipulate anybody into feeling, thinking, or doing something outside of their own free will. I would never, ever. I'm back. What did I miss? Great question. I don't really think when I speak, so I can't really recap. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a punching bag, says Millie Moody, unfortunately. Unfortunately. There's some good guys around here. There's little good kids around here. Millie Moody's a good kid. Gorb is a good kid. I don't punch them. It's tempting, but I'm smarter than that, says Bob. Are you? Are you, Bob? If you show up to a second stream, you've fallen under my trap. You know what? You've fallen for the ruse if you show up to a second stream. Don't you have enough punching bags? I don't, debunk user. I don't. I need more. All things considered. Guys, I need to fight people. That's all I'm good for. Okay, listen here. I'm a modern day boxer. This is tough. I'm a modern day boxer stuck in the body of a woman. Do you know how tough that is? Do you know how tough that is? I'm struggling. And hell, Owen Draws, how are you doing? See you guys, I'm asleep now. Good night, Kana. Get some good rest and recovery. Because you're a strong, independent woman that runs her own business that deserves a medal. Hell yeah. That was my phone. I forgot to turn on vibrate. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so please stop the cap. Okay, what am I capping? Like, what am I capping? Me lying? I have never lied a single day in my entire life, actually. So I don't know what you're saying, that one, Leaf. I would not like this libel and slander in my chat. I'm so nice. I'm so kind. I stream on a frequent basis. And this is how I'm treated. With lies and slander. Unbelievable. Clip whatever the hell that laugh was. I wonder if he even picked up properly the mic. Free will is overrated. I usually remove it from my clients after they agree to my terms. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Listen here. All men want is to be put to work. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Men just want to be valued, and how they can be valued is if you put them to work. So I am simply doing what men value most, which is being put to work. There's nothing wrong with that. Men love to be relied on. They want to be the hero. They want to be the Superman. So I'm just simply putting them to work. Here's the thing, the blue trash lady, I'm not giving you money. Bob, it's tough out here. How am I going to make rent? You see this trash can. You understand I have to pay a trash can bill. It's like $38 a month to get the trash taken out. And you're not even supplying me with any of that. Tough. That sounds like a lie? I've never ever lied in my entire life. But I hate being sick. I hope you feel better, props, man. I hope you feel better. I kind of low-key like being sick sometimes, not gonna lie. It gives me an excuse to not work. Chaos' true purpose might be getting punching bags and making them stronger once they're no longer punching bags. Exactly. Exactly. My men have become too strong. I'm sick of every one of you sons of bitches. You guys have gotten too strong. Now I can't whoop you into shape because you guys are in shape. So now we got to do the whole moving on pipeline and finding other people. I mean, you know? You know? But anyway, Stargazer, how are you doing, all things considered? I keep meaning to ask, but God, I have not time to like type in the Discord. But how are you doing? True and a compliment to Cypher. Why does this make sense? I always make sense. Bob, I don't tell lies. I don't tell lies. I cannot lie. Okay, so what I say is everything is right and true. You may not have lied a day, but you certainly lied a few sentences. Lied a day? Whatever that meant. You know what I mean? Can't Tasado pay for it then? I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. I forgot. Feeling needed is intoxicated. Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? Bob, don't think it is as supporting her. Think of it as supporting my wife. You're actually so stupid. So stupid and funny. It's not supporting her. It's supporting me. Wild. Well, there goes all my support for the next, like, month and a half. Who wants to support a bum like Tasato? I do ask. I don't know. Tasato need to open a throne. Guys, if you don't know, Tasato lives in a dire state of poverty. He can't afford floorboards. So have you ever gone to a house that's like currently being built and the floor is made of plywood? That is Tasato's literal floor, and I am not even jesting or joking. I'm pretty sure he may have posted a photo in the chat before in the Discord. He lives in dire poverty. It's really rough out here for Tasato. I've been trying to draw my Ocean Fox lady. That's awesome, Owen Draws. Have you been successful at it? Have you been successful with your drawings? I think that would make me a cuck. You know what I mean? You said you never lied a day in your life. Oh, I see. So it was just terrible, terrible execution. All right, unfunny. Unfunny. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm looking to get into HVAC. We'll be finished moving up by next weekend. HVAC might be smart. I heard that's a lot of like a good way to get like trades and stuff like that. But again, I know you don't like to hear it. I know you don't like to hear it, but the military would literally save you. Remember, I've been there, Stargazer. I've been broke. I've been homeless. I've been there. The military, unfortunately, saves bombs like us. So that's all I'm saying. Also, lately, I've been trying to sell my own stuff. So stuff as in just property or like artwork and stuff like that Owen draws. Woe is Tasato. Exactly. What kind of business do you run? I am an illustrator. So I make a little anime merch and stuff like that. And I have a few of my original content stuff. So I have like some stuffed animals of like my VTuber or whatever. And that's what I do as my main source of income is I sell online merchandise on my online store and on an Etsy store. And as my little part-time job, I design stuffed animals for a company. You know, like little toys. I just came out with some Transformers ones recently, and the future is great. You know? I'm the only teenager here. It feels like I'm sitting in a circle with a bunch of boomers or adults. No hate, I love chat, says Pip. I don't know, Pip. I don't think a lot of people just go online and just start telling everyone their ages. Because it is a little interesting to say the least. But I don't know. But I am an older individual, and I have generally more mature conversations. So I do attract an older audience. So that's probably why. Just to get the floating floor, it's cheap and easy to install. Me sitting over here, my DD214 laughing at you. Listen here, Stargazer is also at like 0. He hit the lowest part of his life at ground 0. His family took advantage of him financially for the longest time. They milked him for all the cash. Once he ran out of cash, the family's like, oh well, rip. LOL. And he has no college education, no money to his name, or less than $1,000, I'd probably guess. And no proper training, and he just lost his job, so he's really struggling. So the military is definitely a very smart choice for him. I'm unironically joining because I'm a bum. You know what I mean? The military's full of bombs. You know what I mean? I've been there, done that. Many people have. It's just it's a christening moment for a lot of people. You know, my birthday is this week, guys. Hell yeah! Is it the 17th? I forget. I'm 17, you're not alone here. Yeah, there's a few people, but it's just like, I mean, I don't think people just come out and be like, oh, here's my age. You know what I mean? Don't worry, it's just because everyone's selling their jobs, so I'm still too young. Ah, I see what you're saying. I see. Yeah, it's a fair option for him. Yeah, I think it's a very solid option for him, but he's a little stubborn. He's a little stubborn. You know what I mean? But I hope the best for him. Right, Stargazer? Yep, okay, so it is the 17th. At least someone's with me. That's why you're an OG bro. Hell yeah. Military is great. It really is, because it's gonna give you a skill set. It's gonna give you a really good skill set you can transfer. If I do the military, may consider the Navy? Hell yeah, first of all. Hell yeah. But second of all, I'm so serious, and like, I'm like, obviously, like, I had my problems with the military, I had my grievances or whatever. It still is the best thing that ever happened to me, because it gave me something to work on as far as skill sets. After service, you have access. Oh, that's also another thing, Stargazer. You have access to the VA home loan, which civilians don't have access to, which is like an easier way to get a home. So it's like the benefits have like far outweighed the negatives for me. So even though I personally cannot stand a single person in the military, if you're active in the military, we're enemies. But I do recommend it, absolutely. You're also going to come to hate those lives for 4 years. Absolutely. You'll hit the lowest lows you didn't even know possible, but it builds character. It builds character. It builds mental resilience. I will say that is also a big thing that kind of shaped my mental resilience, was join the military, especially as a woman. I hate to be like, woe is me, I'm a woman, situation type deal. But, again, like, there's like nothing a man can say to me that like bothers me anymore. It's all been said and done. You should do Air Force. I think the Navy has more transferable skills. And if you like aviation, which is what I did in the Navy, you're better off in the Navy, because the Navy has a bigger Air Force fleet than the actual Air Force. You know what I mean? It does. But yeah, like Stargazer, if you have any student loans, the military can help pay for that. Which, speaking of which, Debunked, are you still here? Oh, you are here. You are here. That's also another thing. Like, I don't know what your loans are, the percentage you're paying for your loans. If you join the military, they pause that interest. So you can pay your loans at a cheaper amount without interest because you're in the military. So that's also another reason you should join the military. I don't understand why America's military is hated a lot, even though the other countries' militaries do some other things. It's just people like to hate. So a lot of people like hating, and they know hate is bad. So they look for a target that they can justifiably and ethically hate. So it's like, they're like, okay, anybody who's rich or has money, like any country who's like that, or any person, they're like, I can ethically hate them because they have resources and money that I don't have. You know what I mean? So that's like a lot of things with the military. Because like, don't get me wrong, I don't like a lot of the whole concept of like the military. Like I have a lot of problems with it, but it does, I cannot deny, it does save people who are at their lowest points in their lives and who need fucking external help and they can't afford education. Like I joined the military because I had nothing, and my parents didn't have a school fund for me. So I basically had to join. You know what I mean? I didn't want to. But it does help people. So yeah, it's like the hate for the military is so unbelievably forced and cringe, if you ask me. But I am biased because I was in the military. I'm actually using the VA home loan right now. You see, Bob? Look at that. Look at that. Bob was able to get a home because of the VA home loan. You know what I mean? Then you'll hate me. I'm trying to go back in. Go back in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You left the military and went back? I knew a few people that did that. That's wild, though. I'm up to 7.9%. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's it. It's like, it paused at least the interest. Okay, did you even see what interest rate it said for the loan? No, I didn't. Actually, if you could retype it, that'd be great. Thank you for explaining. I never knew. Yeah, that's the reason. So that's why, like, again, like, when there's, like, a celebrity, because I think, like, the celebrity makes a lot of money, which they do, like, a lot of times. They think it's, like, ethical to punch up at them because they're like, oh, well, they have money. They can deal with it. And it's just, like, a kind of cruel way to see humans in general. You know what I mean? I think. A Navy vet I'm really close to told me Navy has more transferable skills. Air Force will basically do aviation. All I know is aviation, definitely not being biased with Navy. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so it's like, I would say recommend Navy, personally. And it's just like, a lot of it, you don't really see combat. Like Marines, you'll go out to the fields and combat and stuff like that. So as well as the Army. National Guard is just, It's so funny when people lose their minds. I'm not gonna lie. It is so funny when people lose their minds when the National Guard is called in for whatever to stand at some fucking post in whatever city. They're like, oh my God, the National Guard. And that's like, first of all, that's what the National Guard, the nation's guard. They're just guardsmen. That's all they do is they just stand there. And everyone's like, wow, this is insane. Every National Guardsman wasn't here. They're weekend warriors for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm not looking forward to hitting my lowest in military service. It builds strength. If you like how strong I am, debunk user, then you'll love the aspect. Because again, you have to put yourself through stress in order to become stronger. It's like the whole like sharpening a diamond. You have to have something equally stronger, something like that. Sharpen the diamond. You know what I mean? It's just like that. You should look forward to stress, and you should look forward to hardship because it makes you a stronger individual. 6.25 fixed on a 30-year. Oh, not bad. Not bad, all things considered. Not bad. But no debt will be nice. Benice. W. Was your experience good or was it bad? Stargazer. Stargazer has not been in the... Thank you for your service. Hell yeah, Stargazer. Thank you for your service. Stargazer is considering the military. Is considering it because his current circumstances, but he has not gone into service yet. Use code active service at our store for a 10% additional charge on additional charge. It's actually really funny. I should do some sort of military discount. That way I can be like, support our troops. God bless America. No. If you're like Navy, you get a discount. If you're the Marines, Army, National Guard, or Air Force, you get an upcharge on your order. Hell yeah. Didn't you say you were a Navy vet, though? No, he said he spoke to a Navy vet. He said he spoke to a Navy vet. That's so funny. Who is this? Is this Megan? Oh, stop it! Give me a second. Big Mag! Come in. Come in. He starts clawing on the walls. Alright, come on, Big Mag. Big Mag is here, you guys. Thank you for your service, guys. Can we get a thank you for your service, Stargazer, in chat? Big Mag. Aw, say hi. What? 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 You guys hear her? I heard that? Yay! Big Mag! Big Mag! Hey, beauty! She's so cute. I'm gonna go die in a hole right now, says Pip. Why? Stargazer's a service member, you know what I mean? I got 10 months to decide where I want to go. Debunk user, what is the alternative? I say military, because again, you'll also get additional training in the military that can really help you. You can become an officer in the military. You know, officers do make good money. Like, look at the spoiled brat that is Hayu. He is such a spoiled brat. All he does is get deployed to Japan, buy toys, eat hot chip and lie. That is all Hayu does. He's living a life of luxury. And then as soon as somebody, me, tells him no, or doesn't give him his way, he throws a massive fit because he's so used to living the life of luxury as an officer. It's very smart. My cousins will destroy me on the molecular level if they see you guys. Thank you for your service. Stargazer, my fellow veteran, my fellow brother in arms Stargazer. I remember back in the day when we deployed. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Stargazer. God bless you and God bless America. Hell yeah. Megan's sitting on my lap now, you guys. She's so cute. Who? Hayu, Hyuy. He actually is my prior superior in the military. We served together, funny enough. I was enlisted and he was an officer. And we both worked on this aircraft called a Boeing P-8. Which basically looks like a 737 TAC 800 hybrid. It looks like that, but it's militarized. And we both worked on that plane. Like, we were in the same command. I maintained the aircraft so he could fly it, and then he flew the aircraft. And so since he was my superior in the military, and I couldn't speak back to him, now that I'm a civilian, and he's a shit poster in my chat, I can harass him to my heart's content, and I take great pleasure in doing so. How are you getting roasted by Chaos even though he wasn't even part of the conversation? I love it. Anytime I can attack Hayu, I have to. He's a cock. Is he a butterbar? No, he's actually a commander. He has actually good value in the military, all things considered. And that's what makes it even funny. Even funnier. Yeah, Hayu has prestige onto him, you know what I mean? He's been in pretty important positions, and I'm just like a snot-nosed enlisted heckling him. Heckling him while he has to go on his deployments and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I do miss my boys back in the desert. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie. My desert deployment was like the best deployment I've ever been on. It was so fun, all things considered. And I only saw a camel spider like once or twice. You know what I mean? Those things are very, they're huge and they're very, very quick. They're like the size, like if you open your hand, like the palm of your hand, like that's about the size of them. And man, those SLBs are quick. I don't even know how I got here. How did you get here, Bob? I need number 1. Who is number 1, I do ask? That is kind of strange. That is kind of strange. Let me see, hold on. That's so funny. I wonder if the person who's number 1... Why are you the only one with a number? That's so funny. Oh yeah, the Tesado clip. That's how you guys find me. How did you guys find me? I always love hearing how you guys found me. Because I know Crispy Clee, he found me because Tesado, I made him take my Dakimakura, which is a giant body pillow to grocery shopping with him. And I was like, take pictures as proof. And I posted that on Twitter. That's how Crispy Clee found Tesado. And now Crispy Clee is a very fond member of our community. Chaos is the only streamer that I see actually interacts with their viewers. I am nothing without my chat. I'm not going to lie, guys. I am not a good streamer who can talk without their chat. You know what I mean? I'm mooching off of you guys. I can do a good interaction with chat, and that's about it. He's a commander. My former geography teacher wasn't there for Wind Week. We found out he was a captain in Norwegian military. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Hayu's a commander. Yeah, Hayu, that's what's so funny. Hayu is a high-ranking officer in the military. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's why, oh, I love beating him up. I had my special way of finding you. Yeah, wasn't it Plushika who was gatekeeping me? Why is Gorv number 2? I know, now, who's number 1? My cousins, a Marine vet and an Army vet, are all the same age. We all grew up playing COD, which was influenced on their joining. I remember telling them, let's go to hell together, Stargazer. Hell yeah. I was big into Kantai collection when I joined the Navy, so I can't really say that's too far out of the algorithm, to say the least. But I was big into Kantai collection. And I was like, let's join the Navy. And I was like, at first I was going to do Air Force, but the nearest, like, consultation, whatever, was Navy, and then I saw the blue uniform, and I was like, that is so beautiful, and I joined the Navy. Crispy Clee also just got a free membership. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Honestly, interacting is like 100% better to me. It's a lot more fun because it's like you're talking in a group of people, and I like it when people interact with each other too. You know what I mean? It's like we're like a little club, a little family here. You know, we love you, Chaos. Either way, you're my favorite streamer. Don't worry, Chaos, you aren't nothing. Says Pip. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. Pip, yeah, says Gorb. Hold on. I heard about KO through Stella. Stella attracts very particular individuals to my stream, to say the least. You know what I mean? What's very interesting, Millie Moody, is you're very innocent, similar to Stargazer. Anytime a very innocent person comes into my streams, they're likely from Stella. It was him, says that one, Leaf. Yeah. That was really, really funny, all things considered. It's like, what was he showing you of me? You know what I mean? Millie is number 1. Oh, there we go. You may not be my favorite streamer, but you're cool. You guys are so funny sometimes. All right, Bob, may I ask, who is your favorite streamer? May I ask, Bob? You've piqued my interest. I gotta find this person, skinwalk them, and see if I can become Bob's favorite streamer as a result now. Stella's the best. Yeah. Did Stella stop chatting? I didn't see her at all. Yeah, Stella's moved on. Stella said KO's is old news. It's time to move on. I gotta find someone else. That's what Stella said. Watch your mouth, Bob. Bob, who's your favorite streamer? Tasato, you want me to go after your wife? Okay, I was looking for cool VTubers. He found you, so he tried annoying me by not telling you your name, but he was unfamiliar with my research game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We love my chatters in STEM around here. We love men in STEM. You know what I mean? Look at you and your ability to do research. Ah, rest in peace. It's good to see you in a good mood, my dude. Who said I was in a good mood? Maybe I'm just amped on caffeine. I will say, all things considered, I have been a lot more productive lately, even though I don't seem like it, because I've been doing a lot of working off stream. Because like I've been working on my new model and working on like illustrations and stuff like what's it called? Like promotional images for my model. Because like again, like I want to do eventually like a new opening, a new closing. I want to do actual emotes. And I want to draw my model more. I found you while I was studying, and at the time I thought, wow, what a cute blue cat girl. I had to try watching. Hell yeah. Shout out to cat girls, you guys. No, but she should still be your favorite streamer. She's my favorite streamer, and I have great taste, says Tasato. Okay. My physics teacher joined the Navy because he was going to be an art major guy, but a recruiter told him, want to paint for the Navy? He said, sure, and in fact, did not paint. LOL. I will say I did a lot of art in the military. All things considered, they loved using me for fucking, just drawing whatever, and I'm like, whatever. As long as I get out of, like, doing manual labor, I'll draw for you guys. You know what I mean? How much caffeine? Okay, so I have not finished my Celsius. It's 200 milligrams, but only 200 milligrams so far. You know what I mean? Finally, it's good to see you caffeinated and animated. Hell yeah, I finally got some regular sleep last night. I realized, Plushie Good Cat Girls, you are so funny. I thought about you when I said the cat girls, and so that's so funny that you spawned like that. LOL. I saw that the developer of the game you like got you something. That was really, really cool. I realize if I don't exercise, I cannot sleep at night, and that is a horrible realization. Because like I've been doing a lot of drawing lately. And so I didn't have time to exercise, but I was only getting like 5 to 6 hours of sleep as a result. So I really noticed that like I have to exercise or I just don't sleep. So I did like 8 miles or 9 miles of walking. I don't even remember last night. And I was able to finally sleep. You know what I mean? Not sure having plywood as floors count as great taste. He has great taste. He's just poor, Bob. He's just poor. Leave this borderline homeless man alone. He's just in poverty. You know what I mean? He just gets a tax return. Let him be. I was doom scrolling through the Instagram and I saw your feet in the screen. I was like, that's interesting. Hell yeah. I'm glad that worked. Because like I said, like the feet is a very good filtering system. Because the little whiny individuals who are always like, get all so weird, but like, oh, that's so weird. Like we eliminate them with the feet. You know what I mean? They're like, I don't want to follow this creator. She's weird. And so all the little pussies unfollow me when they see the feet. And all the people who are well-rounded individuals who respect human anatomy follow me. I love it. Great filtering thing. My fave used to be Cinder, but that's no longer the case, so I kind of need to find a new one. What's wrong with Cinder, says Tasato. That whole thing is a very long debacle. Everyone involved is very interesting, to say the least. You know what I mean? I think Cinder has a beautiful design, though. I don't really like the big titty VTubers that much, because, like, sometimes it's, like, you can have, like, humongous tits, and it works for your, like, for your character, but then sometimes you can just tell they just, like, splatted them on there for just the idea of sex appeal, and I think Cinder did a really good job on her design, all things considered. Care to spare coins, says Fukustar. Yes, also I've not been here for very long. Hello. I love your human anatomy. My K-cups. My K-cups. Is it weird I didn't like the feet, but I still watch a video regardless just because? That's fair. I mean, you don't have to necessarily like or dislike. I just know some people are very weirdly Puritans about the silliest things. Because, like, I don't think, Pip, feet are sexual. It's the internet who has made them very, very sexual, to a degree where if you draw feet, like, slightly more detailed, I think feet are cute. I think they're great. It's a cute part of the body. I also like hands. You know what I mean? I like when people draw, like, those jointy looking hands. But But when people are like making a big deal about it and they just see your feet and they're like, oh, you should censor those. That's, to me, it's just childish. You know what I mean? So it's like the people who are childish about feet, it filters them out. So it's not, you don't have to like it or dislike it. It's just one of those types of things. Big Mac. Drama. Drama. The K cup. You know what I mean? The KOs of cups. As I quite often now say, I found your stream do the pregnancy stream. Was like, how does that work with a VTuber? I got to see this. You keep reminding me. I think I appreciate that, Gorv. I've got to do another pregnancy stream. I haven't done one in a while, but the only thing is like I have work. Like I have artwork, like actual like deadlines and stuff like that. I have to take care of first, and then we can do a pregnancy stream, but we'll do another one of those. We need a new child anyway. You probably have a chance of being my favorite KO, just need a little bit more time. All right, Bob says, I gotta look around. I gotta check out a few more of the people first, and you're like the last resort. You're like plan D. You're on the list, but certainly not first, says Bob. I gotta check around. I gotta check around first. It's like showing hands, feet is no different. Exactly. So I really don't like it. I really don't like it when people are like, just make a big deal out of feet. So I'm like, you know what? Here's my feet, you guys. Size depends if it's accurate. It doesn't fit with me unless it's a character theme or backstory or anything. It doesn't fit to have such large tits. Yeah, it just like sometimes again, like you can just tell they just did it for like overtly sex appeal, you know. But that's just my my take on it all. Hold up, what? Says Bob. What are you talking about? Although some fetishize feet because they never see. Why are you screaming? My cat. Although some fetish just feet because they never see feet and suddenly see them cause weird feelings. Yeah, I can see that. It is something that is often hidden, but at the end of the day, you know, it is not innately sexual. And I understand there's parts of the male brain, I don't know, female too, perhaps, where it's like feet are very close to like being turned on, like that like area in the brain. So that's why some people like they develop feet fetishes and stuff like that. I understand that and it's normal. But it's just like, I hate how it's just like so normalized to be like, feet is weird. Feet is weird. You know what I mean? KO is the backup girl. Mig-Mag. I'm washed. I'm washed, chopped, guys. I'm chunk and I guess chunk. I'm chopped and unk. Is what Bob just said. Chopped and unk. I'm washed. It's so over. Is it pregnancy stream where you give birth? What? Oh, that's what you're saying, Bob. Okay. That's what you're saying. So I have these little, little small models. I have not added them. I need to add them on my stream. I don't think I have the settings up right. But these are like my little kids that I have. And, they just like sit on my chat with me. And a pregnancy stream is where, we all sit together and I draw one live. I design one live and chat gets to vote on what we create. So it's like we're giving birth to a child that I then put on stream as a little live 2D character. That's what a pregnancy thing is. I think people got psyoped in the creating feet as a fetish. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just like this weird uptick in purity culture online. I find that very fascinating that online, like I said, I'm not a big fan of religion, but purity culture goes hand in hand with religion. A lot of these new kids, like new age kids nowadays, they don't like religion. But they subscribe to purity culture so obsessively so, it gives the same vibes as religion, if you ask me. I'm chunk. At least you're my chopped unk Oshi. That is tough. That is tough to swallow that one. Mag in the background. I know. What? That is a kitten for you. That is a small kitten and child. What? She's being so drama. She's like laying with like her legs spread out. Can I spread the gospel, biblical words? Maybe not. Maybe not. Biblical words. Why? I do wonder. Why do you not do... Okay, so listen to this. Biblical words. Tasato also is fascinated by religion in the sense of understanding religion and why people follow it. So what he did is he made his own stream. He made his own stream talking about religion in a positive sense. You know, he brought on some religious people and they all talk about religion together. Why don't you try doing something like that? That way, you don't have to ask if you can spread the gospel. You can just spread the gospel at any point in time in your own stream. You know what I mean? Or on next time Tasato, maybe follow him because he does have the religious streams talking about the, what is it, theology of religion? Whatever that means. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly in the mood to understand religion today, to say the least. If you're an onk, then I'm probably ancient. How old are you, Bob? You act like a child. You act like you're 25. I'm 29, you know? Hi, sorry, left without warning. How are you doing, Jace the Ace? Welcome back. Is everything good? All things considered, is everything good? Wait a second, guys. I gotta check my email. I'm beefing with my computer again. Guys, I cannot believe it. I have to return my motherboard yet again to Asus. The T for Tasato stands for thinker. Hell yeah. Hello, Dark Virus. How are you doing? I'm assuming you were busy because of church? But how are you doing? All things considered. I've been shitposting in a trash can. Hey, Kay, do you think my Fox Girl OC is hot? No, I have a very particular taste when it comes to finding things attractive, Owen draws. And when something is overtly designed to be attractive, I'm not attracted to it. So give me like who do I find as like an attractive character? Let me think. When it's like very obviously, like I'm pretty sure your OC, she has like big tits and she's like trying to be the mom character. I'm not attracted to the mom characters, me personally, but I know like some men are. You know what I mean? I'm doing good, Jace the Ace. 30 plus club is where it's at. Guys, 30 is in demand. Is in demand. Wow, that hurts, says Bob. You do act like a child. How old are you? Don't be a coward. I always find it funny when men are like insecure about their age. Dark Virus. Dark Virus is like, yeah, I'm in my 30s. 30 what, my dear? Dark Virus, which 30 are you, I ask? Huh? Because you're a girl, it makes sense. Yeah. We'll go with that, Owen Draws. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm at Comic-Con. I see. I see. I love the sad face of that. Are you not enjoying yourself? That's why Kaoza likes Labubu's. Hell yeah. Hello, Blue Freddy. How are you doing? Mr. Fazbear, how are you today? Who is an attractive character? Never mind. I was gonna say something. Miku, 39. Hell yeah. Dark Virus is 39 years old. Would you rather shave your head or get a tongue piercing? Me, shave my head. Jace the Ace, my hair grows. I am mixed ethnicity. And so I think that's a big contributor why my hair grows very, very slow. So I have not cut my hair since 2013. And it maybe is below my shoulders. It's unbelievable. So I would rather get a tongue piercing than cut my hair. Because we are so dire with the hair growth around here. Blue Freddy. Hell yeah. Mig Mag. Quit! It's like she asked to come in, and now she's scratching to leave. What? Oh, I hope you guys heard that. That was a really cute one. What? Oh my god. No, I'm not Fredbear. Alright, alright, alright. I don't know any of these characters too well. Excuse me for just enjoying live trash, but for real, I'm 22. Oh. Did you not know I was 29? Good god. You are a child. See? I was right, actually. That makes so much more sense. I hate piercings, to be honest. Hello, it's me, Jeff, says Car Battery. Hello, Jeff Jefferson with your 60th alternate account. How are you doing? Why do you hate piercings? I'm gonna go now, bye. All right. 29 is young to me. My 29-year-old hag wife. Can I donate for the PC? Boy, if I accepted your donations from a broke-ass bitch like you, I would go straight to hell, Stargazer. So I think you know the answer. I think you know the answer. In the same sense, Caleb is also like on the, he's on the orange list for donations because he's on a fixed income in the military. Drama. You are too. You know what I mean? Give me a second. What video should I make, says Blue Freddy? Alright, leave. Get out. Megan is so cute. I don't know, what type of videos do you like to make, Blue Freddy? I kind of need an idea. Because maybe we can help each other, because I need to make some YouTube videos too. Okay? And maybe we can make some videos. You know what I mean? Because, like, guys, it's the era of the YouTube video. What's the orange list? Whether or not the person's allowed to donate and give super chats to me. That's the orange list. But unfortunately, Stargazer is in the red list, the black list. Stargazer is not allowed to give me any donations because financially he's not in a position to properly give to others, so he's banned. And if he does donate, I get to yell at him and probably ban him from chat for however long. I could probably donate some, but I should refrain from it. If you are not in the financial position to give up money freely without a second glance, absolutely do not donate any money. That is financially irresponsible. Freddie Bluebear, what is Freddie video? Can somebody translate for me? I'm not too versed in the Freddie, whoever Fazbear, Mr. Bear, whatever all that is. Hello, Donatachis! Hello, Faye. Sorry for not being here for a few days. You and me both are sorry. Because I also haven't been here for a few days. You know? And crying emoji says Stargazer. You know what I mean? If I accepted money for Stargazer, I'm going straight to hell. My YouTube name is Blue Freddy Fazbear. Okay, Blue Freddy Fazbear. How are you doing? You got 9 subscribers. Hell yeah, you're on the up and up. Blue Freddy. Hell yeah, you have an intro. And you have Freddy Fazbear and Friends. Uh-oh. Hell yeah. I hope you're doing great. Good, thanks. How about you, says Faye, or says Stargazer 2 Faye. Five Nights at Freddy's. You love to see it. You love to see it. Alright. Let me see. Oh yeah, I was doing my email. I totally forgot about that. I can see that. This car battery. So I do wonder, why do you have this username now? I do wonder. Well, last I have to get out of here. Work tomorrow, so I gotta prep for a week. Shout out to working. See you later, Bob. I appreciate you being here. Even though you're only here to cheer Tasato on. There's a certain subgenre of people around here who are just here to cheer on Tasato. But either way, nonetheless, I'm happy you are here. Or at least stop by. You know what I mean? Alright, what are my plans for today? Tomorrow, just kidding, it's a holiday. I've got a lot of phone calls to make, all things considered. Do you want to hear the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's? Not necessarily, Mr. Blue Freddy. I am not exactly a big fan of video games in general. Can you remake that derpy face in the thumbnail? There we go, I tried. And hello, Stormy, how are you doing? I'm glad my loyal followers support my wife. You put them up to this. Look at you. How kind and considerate. You put your loyal fans to come and support me. That's so kind. Oh yeah, I learned I could get 2K back from the rent if the house is deemed to be in good condition. Hopefully that's the case. And hopefully that comes straight to you, Stargazer. And not like a, oh yeah, my mom's gonna get it. And hopefully my mom gives me the money. You know what I mean? So I'm on my tablet and there's only my Japanese learning accounts. Ah, I see. What are you using to learn Japanese? Because like I'd like to become more fluent in it. So there was something like what, deer lingo? Lingo deer or something like that? I was thinking about using possibly. Man, I'm so Labubu brain these last few days. Labubus are really, really cute, all things considered. You know what I mean? I do like them. What the hell is this? Boiled fans? Hell yeah. Did you guys see that little, Why So Serious Labubu set? I like that little jelly bean guy. I think he's very, very, very cute. Very cute. Flip. I hate when I open up my phone and then I'm about to do something and then I forget what I'm about to do. Okay. It's Owen Draws saying the stuff he's selling. Owen Draws, if you're still here, do you have a gambling addiction? I'm trying to put them on eBay, but I need to receive my new debit card. Owen Draws is very interesting. My local Pop Mart always runs out of Labubus. Yeah, I've never seen like a Labubu in stock, personally. I did an online pickup one time for that giant King Labubu, and that's the only time I've ever seen one technically in store. I'm Anki Pill. They use Anki for vocab. Teuda for speaking practice and Jump Japanese grammar PDFs for grammar. I see, I see. They got those mini Labubu keychains. Yeah, the Pin for Love series. I have quite a bit of them, actually. I think they're so cute. They're just the little guys. You know what I mean? They're just the little guys. But I do like Skull Pandas as well. I think Skull Pandas are really, really pretty. The Why So Serious Labubus are so cute. I need those guys to be Lafufus now. Yeah, that one. I was not too impressed with that Labubu, but there's a guy from the set. Let me get a picture of him. Let me be a streamer for once. Okay, you guys gotta tell me, is he ugly or is he cute? Hold on. Oops. Pop Mart. Pop Mary, whatever. Oh, he's so fucking cute. He's so fucking cute. In fact, I might find somebody, because I realize, like, the best, like, if I want just one from a set, the best thing to do is to look on Facebook Marketplace. All right, let me see if I can just put them up here. Sometimes I can just drag and drop. Okay, I could not on this time. Yep. Pop Marts in London always seem to have them in store whenever I go. Must be nice. Must be nice. All right, let's put you right here. Continue. Hold on, let me do studio mode real quick. I don't trust this. All right, let's put that right here. Hit yes. All right, that did not work. Okay. I love all of them since I love clowns so much. Yeah, I had a clown outfit for mine. Oh, come on. I was going to show you guys just a photo of this cute little guy. I know this is being annoying. All right, let me take a screenshot. All right. Screenshotted. Unstudio mode. Add a new image. Whatever. Browse. Desktop. Screenshot. There we go. Look at him. What do you guys think about this guy? What do you guys think? He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Isn't he kind of cute? I'm getting off now. Oh, take care. See you later, Millie Mooney. Appreciate you being here. Isn't that like $300 worth of just Labubus, though? Absolutely. How do people muster up the money to buy like 10 Labubus? They probably have a job. You know what I mean? They probably have a job over that. All those hands. He's just a little guy. I know. He's just a tiny guy. He's just so funny. And like, look, his little pants, they just smile. Like, he's just trying his best. He's a little man. He's just a little guy. I like him. I think he's so cute. So, I did find someone. Actually, let me message him back. Okay. Let's see. And his name is Rainbow Jelly Bean, which is something interesting. Bean. You think you could meet? He looks vintage. Yeah, that's what I really like about him. It's like he looks like a 1920s vintage little clown. And I think that is so cute. You know what I mean? That's a weird cat going through our trash. Really? I like it. Oh. Oh, that's me. That took a minute. I was like, I like cats, though. I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm a weird-looking cat. Listen here, I'm a fox. AKA, I'm really a loop from Neopets, if any of you guys played Neopets. But yeah, that's me. I have to go now. It's nice to visit. See you later, Donatachis and KO. I appreciate you being here, Faye. All things considered. See you next stream. I know. I was like, damn. Gotcha. I just got had right then and there. Because that little jelly bean, he's just a little guy. All right, let me see when this person can meet. He's just a tiny man. Just a little guy. We love Neopets. Oh god, the person's like, I'm available now. Okay, well, I'm kind of busy, mister. I'm kind of busy. We love Neopets. I really do. I wish they would get a proper mobile game, all things considered. First time I've been up early enough to catch you live. I appreciate you being here. Akira channel. I know what that CH means. That means you're a VTuber, I'm guessing. What are you doing today? How many Labubus do you own, miss? Okay, okay. Let's not let's not ask too much personal information. You know what I mean? You know, let's calm down with those kinds of questions. You know what I mean? I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. At least 10 or 15, if I were to guess. Maybe. I have a lot of the babies, the little baby ones. I think I have like 5 or 6 of those. Oh, but I did also update my my computer's battery. But the original battery is not the proper. What? It's just car battery? Yeah, I went on like a shopping spree for them for a while. I was like, these are the greatest things I've ever said or had. And I still like them, actually. That's a lot of creatures, just the little guys, you know what I mean? I'll pay attention to the name. My YouTube is empty. It's probably multi-stream. I'm just on purple site. Yeah, I see. I cannot stand Twitch in theory. I like it. I just cannot stand Twitch. So I'm thinking about multi-streaming, but I might multi-stream to Kick. I would literally rather multi-stream to Kick than Twitch. Just like, for example, we all saw the dog abuse fucking drama this last things, and the fact that Twitch does absolutely nothing about that kind of behavior. Unhinged. You know what I mean? 20 plus including mine. All my belongings are yours after all. You are so funny. Do I really have that many Labubu's? That's tough. That's tough if I really do. Hassan gave me shock therapy. That was wild because it's like, oh god, like that was just wild. That was fun. Someone made the analogy like Alinity like dropped her cat behind her and was banned, and like Hassan's like, you know, Pikachu used Thunderbolt, and they're like, oh, that's fine. Twitch spams everyone with ads and still isn't profitable. Yeah, and it's like miserable. Like literally, some people are like streaming because like sometimes like I don't have a lot of time. Okay, so someone says they're streaming, I'm like, let me peek in, just to like, you know, see how the vibe is. Because like I will say like I'll follow someone on Twitter, and then their actual streaming persona is gonna be completely different from their Twitter persona. So I'm like trying to get a feel of like, okay, this is person I want to like commit to essentially. But sitting through like so many damn ads on Twitch is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, Gardos and the Labubu. I used to watch that guy. Why? He's something else. He doesn't get banned because he's big. Yeah, and it's like that whole, it just sets such a precedence that like, you know, if you're so big and profitable and you're like the friend, like, excuse me, the bestie of like the CEO, you get to do whatever you want. You know what I mean? And it's unbelievable. Twitch doesn't seem to like VTubers for some reason. That also too, you know, I'm a VTuber. And yes, I'm not a lewd tuber or erotic, whatever. But still, that is the fact that they'll like ban VTubers for like nothing, you know, all the time. It's so annoying. Tasato got any secrets? Tasato doesn't. He does have a special version. He has, what's it called? The Fallen Wild one. Saw a Photoshop pic of Hassan with Mortal Kombat right now. Dude, damn, those were funny. I'm not gonna lie, the memes of them were hilarious. And people were saying like, what is the irony of him bitching about being in America and saying like the lack of internet? From what I didn't see the entire stream. I just saw like a clip, but he was like basically alluding that like his lack of internet is like violence, and he hates America as a result. And then he goes and shocks his dog for slightly moving, like a poor animal does, and then continues. And it's just like it is the epitome of irony, to say the least. Stream to Twitter. That's actually a good call, Fukusara, actually. Do you know any of the extensions that you can do that with? That might be really, really smart, all things considered. Ads turn me away from so many streams. It's not even funny. Yeah, it's just so annoying. And it's like, I get it. Feel free. If you, like, to me, I try not to, because again, like, I own a business. I'm trying to promote my channel, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I don't want to kill my followers and, like, watchers with advertisements. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's just like, it's almost like disrespectful in a way. You know what I mean? Like you can very obviously, what's it called? Like advertise yourself without being insufferable about it. You know what I mean? And because you choose not to be insufferable, yeah, you do lose a little bit of money, but I think it's worth it. You know what I mean? Because I hate ads too. I think everybody hates ads. I never liked him. I never had a reason. Now I feel like it was just 2 steps ahead. I didn't like him because... yeah, I have a lot of reasons I don't like him, actually. Hold on. I used to watch a lot of political content. Why do you watch political content? And then especially it sounds like for a country... Excuse me. Yeah, for a country that you have no, like, investment in the politics since you live in Brazil. I always found people who do that, like people who watch... I'm not saying for you specifically. People who are in other countries and they obsess over American politics, it seem like they just have cortisol addictions. Stargazer, those are mad funny. Yeah, the edits were hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised he still has his platform because he's friends with the CEO and he's just impenetrable. You know what I mean? I'm an open book. I really don't have too many secrets. He meant like a secret Labubu. I don't have Twitter. Well, I mean, I will always stream to YouTube, pretty much. I will say, like, generally, I'll always stream to YouTube. I meant the secret Labubu. I only have Twitter to follow Chaos and Stella. How sweet of you. American politics kind of affect all of us, too, though. Yeah, I can see that, but it's like, at what point where it's like, you don't have a say in it? And absolutely agreed. You know, it does, like, because America is like a superpower, if not the superpower, it does have a trickle-down effect on other countries, but you guys can't really contribute to any solutions. So why are you invested in it, you know? It's fun. You can get some... Oh, politics are fun. Okay, listen here. That's wild. Politics are fun. I don't know about that. You can get some tasty political time without affecting you. Okay, actually. That makes sense. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. You get to watch the shit show and you're not involved. Okay. Fair. Not as directly as your own country. When Brazil gets involved, it feels like a crossover episode. It's great. Yeah, okay, that's fair, all things considered. But that's what I mean, because it's like, you know, there's other countries where the politics are absolutely wild. But yeah, it really does. The political effect, if you want to change, you have to start small and locally. But that takes a lot of work, and that takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of investment. And people don't want to go that far. They rather just yell on Twitter rather than actually make a change that they so pretend to be justifiably standing up for. Garibaldo entered the chat. What the? Such good Draco reality VTuber werewolf empress uwu. I'm gonna get a cup of soda. Hell yeah. What flavor? Low key, I've been a diet Pepsi girly here recently. I'm usually a Coca-Cola zero sugar. But I had a Pepsi the other day and I was like, wow, this is actually kind of fantastic, low key. But what is Garibaldo? Root beer, a classic. I really loved root beer as a kid. It was really good, all things considered. Brazilian politics suck. Everyone is corrupt and we're all broke no matter what happens. Yeah. Yep. So what is your solution? Would you ever, I do ask, car battery, would you ever want to move to America? I do wonder. Because again, my dad was, you know, wasn't born from this country. And he wanted to move to America. Isn't Garibaldo Big Bird's scary looking friend? Garibaldo. Let me look that up real quick. Garibaldo. Okay. Garibaldo. The Brazilian equivalent of Muppet character Big Bird. What the? Why is this thing terrifying? Oh, I gotta show you guys. What the? Garibaldo? Oh no. What? Megan's, I think, calling at the door again. This thing is terrifying. I love root beer. If you're a child, you love root beer. Let's see. What the? Shout out to Garibaldo, you guys. Yeah, this thing is pretty terrifying. That's like horrifying. Like, look at his hands. Why does he have feet for hands? Root beer was better back when it was allowed to have sassafras in it. Sassafras? Is that a plant? Well, I'm here because you purchased a gun. Hello, man. I did, and I was going to have this stream showing it on live stream. But it's against YouTube's terms of service. I'm like, wow, that's kind of wild. So I might have to do a kick stream at some point. But hello and welcome. Gary Big Bird wasn't the version I grew up with. It was just a bird with a different name. I just got jump scared. Yeah, why was that terrifying? Poor Garibaldo. He's Big Bird's Brazilian cousin. He looks scary, but he has a good heart. Is he unironically like part of the Sesame Street? Whatever. Oh my god. This thing is terrifying. Okay, let me find this other picture. Now this is like the what is it? Like analog horror style. Where'd he go? I just saw this really spooky picture. Good god. Alright, screenshot. The boss after he joins your party. That's a good one, actually. Alright, let's see this guy again. Look at this. This thing is wild. Shout out to Garibaldo. What the? He's cute. He's very friendly, though. Sassafras is a plant. Okay. Yeah, it's against TOS on Twitch and YouTube, I think. Yeah. I might have to just do kick then. Because I would like to at some point, like, as I get more comfortable, just wear, like, a face covering and, like, glasses and then do, like, range streams. But if I can't do it on YouTube, I'm gonna have to do it on kick. That's wild. Canon to the Sesame Street lore. What is this thing? I guess it's Garibaldo's Big Birds. What the? Oh, I guess it's his Brazilian cousins. What you see after taking 10 Benadryl tabs. Exactly, what the? He's an example of don't judge a book by its cover. I'm judging. Guys, if you want to get anywhere in life, judge a book by its cover. You know? Like, that thing is terrifying. I'm judging. Wouldn't you only get demonetized? No, like, I think, like, it's against TOS, so I could get, like struck. I don't mind getting demonetized. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd rather not my entire channel be demonetized, but, like, you know what I mean? It's guideline strike towards a channel. His bow tie looks a little too tight. Yeah, I know, he looks like he's being hung in that photo. Jesus. Good God. What's against TOS? It's, I bought a firearm. Jeff Jefferson, I don't know if you saw that. And I was gonna do a live stream with, like, a hand cam and just, like, showing it and stuff like that. And talking about it. But I guess it's against YouTube's terms of service to have a firearm, whether or not loaded or not, on live stream. I judge a book by its cover, then called. Okay, listen here. Let's calm it down. Let's calm it down. Used to be able to show guns back then. Yeah. And that's what was so interesting, because it's like, I thought, and like people even were suggesting, do, what's it called? Gun cleaning streams. And I'm like, that's actually a very great idea to do like a gun cleaning stream. Because like, first of all, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, you guys. Okay, listen here. I'll be honest. I'm a beginner when it comes to weapons. I'm taking this very responsibly. I'm gonna take beginner's classes. But I'm a novice right now when it comes to guns. I'm not playing around. I'm not jesting with it. I'm treating it like it's loaded 24/7, etc., etc. I did not know you're supposed to clean them. I didn't even know like that you're supposed to clean them a certain amount of times. Like I think you're supposed to do it. I don't know how many times you're supposed to clean it. You know what I mean? I also didn't know it could be disassembled. Why would a gun be disassembled? I don't know. You know what I mean? But either way, I have a lot to learn, to say the least. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's a very cool idea, a gun cleaning stream. But I guess that's not allowed. Didn't know that was a rule. Yeah, I didn't either. And so I literally scheduled a live stream, like, oh, hand can, here's a gun. And I think a Stargazer, sorry. Reina and Tasato brought it up. It's against TOS. But what's funny is I can do a video. But I cannot do a live stream. That one popular video when a father shoots his daughter's laptop because she talked bad about her parents online. But see, that's a video, though. I don't think it was a live stream, but either way. Are you talking about the guy who was, like, back-traced it? Do you guys remember that guy? Cyberbullies. How does that copy pasta go? He's like, I back-traced it. You know what I mean? Is the gun only during the stream? Because I see regular videos on gun. It's only during the live stream, yes. It's not during... you could make a video. That's the thing is like I could do pre-recorded, which I mean I might do, but you can't do it during live. I'm like, that's weird. I'm a little guy when it comes to guns. What the hell does that mean? I am too, all things considered. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, Jeff Jefferson, some people, or I'm assuming it's kids, But some people destroyed my water bottle while I was out walking. And I just like, they specifically waited until I left my area. So like they were watching me and then destroyed, like shattered my water bottle just for just the sake of being malicious. And that's when I was like, I'm going to get a gun. So that's why I got it. So I will say I'm very grateful in the sense that it was technically an innocent thing. Yeah, I lost a water bottle. Whatever. I threw it out. It was such an innocent thing that was the trigger for me to buy a gun. Because it's like, people are maliciously trying to hurt you. And I'm like, you know what? All right. What are you doing in my home? This is fire. Fire heart ooh. I'm getting comfortable, okay? You need to recycle a little bit more properly. But other than that, I'm getting comfortable. I didn't know that one actually. There's video ASMRs of gun cleaning. That's hilarious. You can disassemble a gun for cleaning. I don't know if I can on live stream though. But unless that's what you mean, like as far as disassembling them. Okay. Even during normal videos, YouTube can hit it with a shadow ban. See, that's that's annoying. That's annoying. Do you know if you can upload videos on Kick or is it just live streaming? I think they just don't want an accident to happen live. If it's pre-recorded, there's no risk. Agreed. I could see that. You know what I mean? That sucks. Okay, that comment will probably not be allowed. That sucks. Yeah, just in general. You can't on live stream. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't allowed. I don't even know what you're talking about. You sound silly. Kick is just live streaming, then you have Rumble, which is most... I forgot about Rumble. Just videos with a little bit of live streaming. You can upload... That'd be like, I don't know, I feel like that's terrible search engine optimization. Because like, I know if you pay for like the Twitter Blue or whatever, you can upload longer videos. Imagine just uploading videos there. Is that like dumb? Is that like dumb? Just straight up use fucking Twitter as like YouTube? Is that dumb or is that genius, low-key? I said a thing, but I got 1984. I see. Rumble has atrocious user interface, though. That's why nobody uses it. I see. Yeah, but I have a lot to learn about guns. Like, I need a holster. I need sights. I need optics. I need ammunition. I need a proper gun safe. What else do I need? I need a cleaning kit, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, good God. I'm gonna have to take it very slowly because, good God, the gun itself was really pricey. It was like $1,100, like after taxes and background check. That's what Twitter is trying to be. They want to go and be everything's site at some point. The thing is like, I don't mind that in theory. It's just so messy. It's so messy. Cowboy KO's incoming. Hell yeah, guys. I'm from the Texas. Yeehaw. Howdy. I'm gonna start saying howdy when I greet you guys. Guys, I need an opening. Howdy, y'all. KO's here. I don't know. I'm not really good at this whole country thing. Holster, an optic, and a light would go well. So what are optics? I don't know. Whatever is the most, like, you know what I mean? You look through it. Accuracy. Whatever that is, I need. Rumble sounds scary. I haven't heard Rumble's name in years, actually. It's an expensive hobby. Don't cheap out on anything. Absolutely. What is it? Someone had a really good thing. It was like, buy it once and cry once. Buy it twice. Or something. But I'm of that same nature. I don't ever cheap out on anything. It just sucks. Dillabu Argva guys. Oh my God. I can make so many shit posting photos now, actually. It's funny how the gun is often the cheapest part. Yeah, all things considered. X the everything app. That's so corny. Oh God. Is it cool if we drop gun suggestions in the Discord? Sure. Absolutely. I have like a gun channel now. It's like K. I was trying so hard to do the /K/, but unfortunately you can't name channel names K. Like the /, excuse me. On Discord. So I have my my weapons little channel in Discord. That'd be perfect for that, actually. Optics pistol red dots. Okay. Howdy doody YouTubey. That is the worst thing I've ever heard of. Howdy doody YouTubey. It's so bad, it's almost funny, which if it's almost funny, it's almost iconic. Howdy doody YouTubey. Stop. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. Optics red dot sight. Okay, so what is that thing that you look through that looks like a heads-up display? You know what I'm talking about, debunk user? What is that? You know what I mean? What is the heads-up display you can kind of attach to your gun? The crying emoji. As long as you're not going to use a gun for anything silly, then pop off. I could never own a gun. That's fair. That's fair. Again, it's just like, if I were in different circumstances, I wouldn't feel like I need a gun. I am not physically big, and I am a woman, and I'm not strong, and I'm short. Certainly I can run, however. But it's a very self-defense kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's a big one. That's my suggestion. I think, like, so I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, maybe an assault rifle down the road just because it's like a pretty concept. But I really think like just a nice trusty pistol is really all I really need. You know what I mean? I just want to get really, really proficient with my pistol. So I don't think I'll need, like, a lot of people get like these big, huge shotguns and stuff like that. I think that might be a little much, all things considered. You know how little that narrows it down? You know what I mean? Oh, fuck. It looks like a heads-up display. So it's like, I don't know if you guys have heads-up displays on aircraft. I know obviously in our spy plane, we had a heads-up display, but it's like that green stuff. Can't you get that for your gun? I use my body to protect you, Dark Virus. I would be so protected and safe if I was with you 24/7. You know what I mean? You are the perfect meat shield. You know what I mean? Have you considered deer hunting? I don't like, me personally, I don't like the idea of like slaughtering animals for no reason. You know what I mean? I'm also kind of a person who, it's like, even when I eat meat, which I do, I used to be a pescatarian for the longest time and a vegetarian for like, literally like, I think it was like 10 or 15 years. But I got so anemic, I literally could not continue. So I started eating animals. And so it's like, whenever I eat an animal, I make sure to eat all of it because I don't like to waste the flesh, blah, blah, blah. So me personally, I just wouldn't want to hurt a little guy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to hurt a little guy. So I would definitely probably never do deer hunting. All things considered. Kind of like an ACOG. What does that mean? You know I don't know what that means. What is it said? ACOG? ACOG. What is that? You know I don't know what that means. Maybe that's what I'm talking about, actually. ACOG versus red dot. Because I've seen some for pistols. You know what I mean? Holographic sight, maybe. No, it's just a rifle. AR stands for Ammonite rifle, not assault rifle. Yeah, everyone likes to do that correction. And I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, though. Pistol. It's an optic. So maybe that's what I'm thinking. No, okay, there was like this little... Okay. I'll show you what I'm kind of talking about. Alright, let's drag you over here. Let's put you right here. So it's like, you see how like this box at the top? What is that? You know what I mean? Will you put guns on your throne? Could you imagine, Dark Virus? That'd be so funny. But no, it's actually kind of hard. So when I was like, I'm going to buy a gun, that's a holographic. Okay. A holographic. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? A holographic sight. Is that good? Is that good? You know what I mean? Is that like something I should buy? Whatever is the best and the most accurate. I don't care the cost. I just want accuracy. You know what I mean? But I had to order the gun from guns.com, which is so funny in theory. Like, yeah, I'm an American and I just go to guns.com to order my guns. And you have to deliver it to a registered like FFL, I think it's called. So a guns dealer, and then pick it up there. So guns are kind of hard to buy, all things considered, which is good. Fully enclosed emitter red dot. If you like the look of that one. I do like the look of that one, actually. You know what I mean? It's the one that looks like a heads-up display. Okay, so when you look in it, it looks like a heads-up display. Because like a heads-up display has that green, the green stuff. You know what I mean? Is your pistol sight ready? Oh God, I don't know. Do I have to make it sight ready or does it come sight ready? You know what I mean? All I know is P365 TAC Lux. I don't know, is it sight ready? P365 Lux. Oh. 8x scope seems accurate. Hell yeah. I don't know, this thing's so pretty. Depends on the gun if it's ready or not. Okay. Just so you know, you can't own an assault rifle that's been made after 1986 without a super special license. Ah, see, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, that's just a little too much work. You know, I like my little guy. I've got small arms. I've shot a Scar before, and I've shot a couple other really big guns, because my dad has a few, like the big guys. And it's just too much recoil. So I like the little guy, you know? Red Dot, you don't really need pistols. I would rather use optic rifles. You need and you need to zero your optics. Okay, Plushika, what does zero your optics means? Your Lux comes optics ready. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You love to see it. Get it? See it? Optics. I'm so funny. Guys, can I get a ha-ha? Can I get a ha-ha in chat? Can I get a pity laugh, you guys? If it's tac, it may come ready for sight. Tac. Tactical, maybe? Oh, God. I can see it, so yeah, I guess. You just need to get a compatible optic that fits the side footprint. I love the Scar. Okay, look at you guys. Guys, okay. Enough laughing. I'll be here all night. Enough, you guys. A Scar gun. It was a really pretty gun, though. Very pretty guy. My only gun knowledge is from Call of Duty, though. You know what I mean? My only gun knowledge is from Girls Frontline. So when people name a gun that's a Girls Frontline gun, I'm like, I know what that is. I see the play will be optics ready. Hell yeah. I think you'd be fine with a short barrel rifle, pistol caliber. Gonna go eat. See you later, Stargazer. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I wanted a Ruger for the longest time. Because I just like the look of it, because it looks like the Luger. The old German one with the little tiny nozzle, but I'm like, that's kind of like maybe like a second or third type of gun situation type deal. A little handgun is kind of a first choice. I like how we can see your tail like it's a okay, listen here. You can't see my tail, okay? Pretend it's not there. I forgot how in Vtube Studio you can turn off parts of your model. So yeah, that's why I put the bush right there. So you can't see my tail as easily. What do you mean I can't buy a minigun? I thought it was America. What is a minigun? A minigun? I saw some people, they were posting on my Twitter post. They were showing their guns. And someone had this tiny gun that was like a handheld. Like it could fit in tiny your hand. It was wild. That's kind of more of a fun gun. Yeah. It's not really because I do want a CCW, concealed carry permit. And I'm like, I don't think that's very reasonable. If you don't want a short barrel rifle later down the world, wait until the new year when the tax is removed. What the hell does that mean? Why is the tax get removed after the new year? Is this like a new policy or something? Minigun is a rotating barrel machine gun. Jesus. Minigun. Rotating barrel machine. Oh, it's like a Blackrock shooter gun. Oh, Jesus. Why? That's so funny it's called the minigun, though. A Gatling gun. Zero red dot means that it shoots accurate. You need to adjust it by shooting and changing the red dot reticle's position until it hits the target accurate. I see. So you have to calibrate it. Okay. I just noticed you gotta love how most VTubers are terrible at math. Yeah, well, most VTubers are women. I feel like it might go hand in hand, all things considered. Is part of Trump's big, beautiful buyback... What does the BBB stand for? Big, beautiful bill. There we go. Really? He's just, like, not taxing guns? I know I think I paid, like, $80 in sales tax for mine. Yeah, they're reworking a lot of gun laws. That's interesting. Pokies, we buy at full price. Hell yeah, Dark Virus. Ironically called minigun. I see. Reticle. No longer taxing NFA. What is NFA? National? What is NFA? Trump's BBL. Stop. Trump's BBL bill. Actually, that's great. I think I might call it that one. Yeah, thanks to new Trump's BBL bill. Almost got it taken off the NFA, but best we could do is get no extra tax on it. NFA items? Okay, so... National Firearms Act. So any gun falls under the NFA. Okay. I don't mind guns. I partner Japanese swords. I do have a Japanese sword too, actually. That was my #1 line of defense since I was like 14 or 15. And I still do have it. Like katana. It's a little pretty one. I'll show it in Discord someday. There was a $200 tax to file the form to create a short barrel rifle. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the bigger guns. Follows under the NFA, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of the firearm laws are arbitrarily made by the AFT, though. ATF. What is that? I don't know any of these acronyms, you guys. I know nothing about guns. I am the epitome of, like, brain dead woman moment. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about the guns. I'm not gonna lie. The NFA was a list of restricted items related to guns. Hello, Foxmon Dragon. How are you doing? Long time no see. Long time no see. How are you doing? Give me a second. Why is... Ugh, I hate when I get signed out of things. ATF is alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's very interesting to put them all in the same category. A little guy when it comes to guns. Yeah, the NFA be wiling. What is the NFA? Oh my god. All of these, all of these little acronyms. Don't worry about the first two letters, they don't deal with that as much anymore. Alcohol, tobacco, that's wild. I own 3 katanas and will eventually get more. Also, hi, I've been lurking. Hi, Brian, how are you doing? Yeah, I just have a little basic katana. I think back in the day it cost me like 200 bucks, 230 or something like that. It's just a little guy. I keep him nice and sharp. You know, I don't really use him for anything. I think a few times I use him to cut my watermelon. But other than that... Ooh, a video of a DHL aircraft doing a tail strike. Ooh. I gotta look at this in HD. Sorry, you guys. There's a part of the back of the aircraft that has this little lever. To where it can like watch if you've actually done a tail strike. Amia charm. Took your Amia to car meet this morning. Some people comment, oh, thank you. You know, I was actually looking at some pretty cars. There's some car meets places around here in Vegas. And I was looking at some of them and it's like, they're really pretty. Very, very expensive cars. Sad, I can't wait for 21 to own firearms. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, absolutely. I have no clue what the NFA, ATB, or WNBA is. I know what the WNBA, which I think Vegas, our WNBA team won the championship. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Guys, support women's sports. Support women's basketball. It's actually very fascinating. So the Vegas Aces, I think, won the championship. Hell yeah. Old lists that restrict and ban a lot of things like short-barreled rifles and suppressors got restricted and full autos were heavily restricted. Let's go Draco Reality VTuber Werewolf Empress Uwu. I use my Latana sword for combat. You go into combat, Sachiko? Combat in this day and age is kind of wild, but what are you combating? I do ask. For concealed carry. Ah, I see. You have to be 21 to be able to buy a handgun. Okay. You have to be 18 to buy a gun, so you can buy a rifle. Like a Walmart gun. But 21 to buy a small gun, a handgun. Okay. That was for shits and giggles. I need something actually made for self-defense. Yeah, El Benino. That was corny. That was very corny. I go to Naval Basic in like 2 days and A school after. Oh, what is your rate? I do ask. I hope I don't see planes striking each other any objects. I'll get yelled at. I've seen one time, absolutely the worst case I've ever seen of a plane is a giant commercial aircraft, styled aircraft, the P-8. I don't know if you know of that one. But it looks like basically like a civilian aircraft. It was being towed by a tractor, like a tow truck tractor. And the tow bar separated because you have to use this really long bar to drag the plane with this giant machine. And that tow bar broke and the plane rolled into the tow truck and ripped from like the nose to like the midsection fuselage, just ripped it open. And that aircraft could not fly for like probably almost like I'd say like roughly about a year. And they had it's like the military, it was at the level of damage the military couldn't fix it, so they had to call the Boeing contractors to come out and fix it. That was interesting. I go, but I do wonder what your rate is. AC, air traffic control. Good luck with that one. That A school is pretty long, all things considered. Good luck with that one. But it's a good choice. You know what I mean? You're gonna go to what? Pensacola? Pensacola. There we go. You're gonna go Pensacola, right? For A school? Will we see chaos at the range stream one day? So I was gonna do that, yeah, at some point when I'm like more like competent, but I'm gonna have to wait and like stream on Kick or whatever, because it's against YouTube's terms of service to stream live stream with a gun. So I'm gonna have to probably do it on like Kick or something. Army! You are in the army, Sachiko Draco, reality VTuber werewolf uwu with katanas fighting in combat. Well, how old are you, I do ask? Rifles and shotguns at 18 for handguns. That's interesting. Okay. I had to laugh at El Benino. It's not far off from what I'd actually use, though, says the bunk user. You know, as long as you found yourself funny, that's all that mattered, the bunk user. That's all that matters. Yeah, people tell me that the flush out rate was high and it was very encouraging. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a lot of people drop out of air traffic control, air crew, and then what was the other one? Nuke, I think it was. But air traffic control and air crew all the time. So that's why I'm like, damn. You know, just keep your hopes realistic, to say the least. It's not the end of the world. I was actually air crew first. I failed the training because you had to. I'm not very big physically, so I'm not very strong physically. And you had to swim in a pool and tread water for 10 minutes with a full flight suit, a harness, and your combat boots. And I could not for the life of me keep myself afloat. And so I started drowning. And so I dropped out. Which, speaking of which, did you guys see that Hegseth guy say he's changing? He's changing a lot of the policies in the military. Where he's like, he wants the BMI to go down and he wants people physically fit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you might be on to something. But anyway, but I dropped out, like, as I said, like, I can't do this. In the military, even though I physically was not strong enough to handle my equipment, they tried to give me, like, over and over, like, opportunity to try again, even though, according to their original terms, like, if I drop out, I'm not allowed to, like, ever try it again. But they kept doing it. I'm not to say it's because I'm a woman or whatever, and they were being lenient of the criteria, but I found it very suspicious. But either way, I was like, there's no way in hell I can physically carry all this stuff. I should not be in this job position. So I dropped out of air crew. I was going to be air crew. What was it? There's different distinguishments. I don't even remember. And I went undesignated, and that sucked, but it was not the best. Actually, it's not the worst. I mean, what I mean to say. I work with a lot of air traffic controller. It's a tough job. It really is. No more fatties. Department of War. I know, that was actually really funny. What will the bloated boy you? What the? Clickbait your chat, says Raina. What the? Raina, I know. I thought I was gonna do the gun stream, but then I found out it was against terms of service. Yeah, I felt like a bait and switch. I'm sorry I let you guys down, I'm not gonna lie. Those people who choose on their own or actually get disqualified. So the thing is like, in the training I was doing specifically, because it's a very serious thing. So it was like the search and rescue aspect of air crew. So I'd be inside an aircraft, whether it be a helicopter or, again, like a bigger plane. And I was basically going to be like search and rescue. But I'm like 5'3", 125, and I have like no muscle. So it's like, realistically, that's just, physically it's dumb, because who am I going to be rescuing? Very likely someone bigger than me. You know what I mean? And I'm supposed to fly like my full combat gear. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? So if you say the words DOR, which means drop on request, they're supposed to say, all right, you cannot continue this training whatsoever. So I DOR'd, and they kept trying to like basically say like, hey, we can give you a few more chances. We can give you one more chance. I talked to my person in charge there. Then they sent me to some fucking commander. I don't know who the hell he was actually. He was very kind. He was very kind though. And he's like, he sat me down in front of his desk and he's like, if you really want to reconsider and give it another try, we can just push you back in training for a couple weeks. and you can try again. And I was like, no. I just know for a fact, like, you know what I mean? I know my own limits as a human. I know my own limits. Are those people? Oh yeah, they needed those perfect diversity check marks from you. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of women in the military, and I have a feeling it could have been that circumstances, which I think is incredibly irresponsible. You know what I mean? Because I don't think I'm just not like you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? I'm not fucking big and I'm not strong. Why would I be put in that position where someone's life could be on the line because of my inability? Yes, it's just the fact that I was born this way. There's nothing I can do about it. But you know what I mean? It's just silly. It would have been cool for you to achieve what you originally wanted to do. It would have been cool. You know, search and rescue, I do like it. I'm a very strong swimmer. Other than swimming gear, I'm a very competent and strong swimmer. All things considered. I can do like the combat side stroke. I can do a mad freestyle, backstroke, whatever. I'm a really good swimmer when I'm only carrying my own weight, you know, but I, unfortunately, as a woman, am not that strong. And again, like imagine the absolute guilt. It was like for my own self-protection too. Imagine the guilt I would feel if like someone's life was in my hands, and because I wasn't physically strong enough to save them, I couldn't save them, they die, then that, I see it, it's a little dramatic, but that blood's on me, because I put myself in that position where I was their only line of, like, defense to, like, help them, you know what I mean? What would the bloated buoy buddies do? Hell yeah. Bloated buoy buddies. Is that another name for the Navy? All I'm saying, Ty, is obviously I'm out of the military. I saw some military personnel in uniform one time on the strip, and they were in full uniform. I thought it was a guy doing Stolen Valor role-playing because he was so overweight and out of shape. I was like, I like literally was gonna get like approach him because like, I'm like, there's no way that this physical fit body who allegedly is supposed to take a PT test every 6 months has passed. And I thought he was a LARPer, but come to find out, again, that's just very normal, to be super out of shape in the military. I thought about flying SAR quite heavily. I mean, if you're strong enough, you can do it. You can do it. I'm just not strong enough. You know what I mean? Gonna need a blue raspberry limeade fox woman for the spooky ritual soon. Reina, what does the spooky ritual entail? I would like to know so I can participate. I think it's one of the coolest things you can do. Yeah, search and rescue is absolutely insane. You know what I mean? Damn, I would have wanted to be rescued by KOs. I think that'd be motivation to live. That's LOL funny. But also, like, okay, we are being the rescued part. I think we're gonna run into some difficulties with me rescuing you. You know what I mean? You know, perhaps I can send my my poor victims off. You know, they get to see an angel before they pass. But other than that, I don't know about the whole rescuing part. I have horror stories of people getting in a position rank where they shouldn't have. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's just like, that is like on my own conscience. I would not put myself in that position. You know what I mean? A nickname I heard given to the Navy by Angry Corpse, the Angry Corpse, an Army drill sergeant who makes YouTube videos. He has some issues with the BMI results and the Navy took the #1 spot. Not surprised, because you know what they do is the people in charge, when they have their PT exam, the PRT, the physical readiness test, which is a test the military service members have to take every 6 months, I believe. It might be every year, but it's like every 6 months nonetheless. You have to do at least a practical. The upper chain of command gets so gluttonously large and comically so that they cannot pass their PRT. But when you are assigned to do the PRT with them, they like they say like, okay, here's the number you're going to give me. And if someone superior says, hey, you're going to give me 47 push-ups, when someone comes around and asks, hey, how many push-ups did your partner do? You're going to say like, yeah, they did 47. You know what I mean? Because you're kind of like randomly partnered with like, you know, superiors and like whatever, inferiors together. And so a lot of people lie on behalf of these, what was it? Balloon buoys. I hope the last thing I ever see is you. How sweet. Are we going to have a special Halloween stream? Why not? I have no reasons not to. So yeah, probably. The new military requirements for primary people in active combat roles. Absolutely, I did see that, and I did kind of hear his wording again. He did say specifically combat ready, but even more so do I agree with him in combat ready positions. Abso-fucking-lutely. You need to be the peak physical power of the military. Absolutely. I know, like, my job, it was not so physically peak because, like, you know, we worked on spy planes. So it's like, you know, you just have to make sure the aircraft can, like, you know, function essentially. But in combat, absolutely. And higher ups, I do think they need to set a role model because, like, there were so many higher ups who would just sit in their desk all day and order, what's it called? Like a DoorDash to the command. You would not believe it, you guys. There is so much DoorDash orders that come from the military. It's unbelievable. I got my DD-214 without ever taking a physical test. What the? That's horrible, all things considered. I hope you're in good health, Fireheart Uwu. That sounds terrible, because the physical test is not that hard to do. By the way, who donut super today? Raina? Unfortunately, no donut supers today. But it's okay, Raina. We will survive. We'll get through this, Raina. Dead look in the eye of the full bird and said, yeah, he did 12. LMAO. What the? The full bird? I'm a little confused here. I won't be able to see the Halloween stream. That's fair. People have plans on Halloween. And so I'm mostly doing it for the little lonely guys who don't have friends or family. Because, like, I don't really have anything to do either. Unless I have work due. I have work due in December. What is it? October, November. I think I should be able to stream. Did you ever see the Pentagon Pizza Index? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will say when I joined the military, I gained like 15 pounds in boot camp because they feed you so much. And it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Do I even have Halloween off? That's a great question. When is Halloween this year? Let me see. I gotta play some sort of spooky game or something like that. Something of the manner. Alright, where? Okay. Where's my calendar? I'm a little lonely guy in basic training. Oh, that's right. You said you're going soon. Oh, Galleon. You're going to RTC, right? You're going to, you're doing the Navy, right? I think that's what you said. Let me verify. Let me scroll. Scroll. Hell yeah. Okay, listen here. I don't know if your recruiter has told you this. A Master Chief in like week 2 or 3 is going to come in front of the entire auditorium. You're going to go in there. There's going to be everyone in there. And the Master Chief is going to say this damn near verbatim. He's going to be like, I'm looking at a lot of you, and I have your personal records on my desk right now. I have these records, and I know some of you lied on your applications to get into the military. I'm giving you this one opportunity to stand up right now and tell me the truth. This is the one time I will not get you in trouble for lying on your record. Every single person who stands up is getting kicked out of the military, is getting kicked out of boot camp. Don't stand up. Even if you... Don't do it. Don't do it. They do it every single time, okay? It's a psyop. There's no record on the Master Chief's desks. There's nothing. It's a trick to see if you lied and you're gonna openly admit to lying. Don't do it. Every single one of those SOBs gets separated. Rip to them. Oh, Halloween's on a Friday. Halloween's on a Friday this year. Easy clap. That should be easy. That's when the spooky rituals will begin during your Halloween stream. Raina, I love how, like, the Labubus are cursed, so we can't have the Labubus. But we can do the spooky rituals. But yeah, there's a few games that I want to play that are kind of scary. I passed my practice test. I just mean it wasn't mandatory when I was in. That's wild. No mandatory fitness test in the military. The absolute state of the army. The absolute state. It's tough out here, guys. We need to reform the military. Because I'm telling you, it's just the laziest people stay in and they're in charge. You know? Oh, I was told that. You know what I mean? Someone said the people stand up and come with some BS like they took a cookie in 5th grade or something. Yeah, they do that. Every single filtering. You might even experience a mock. I swear to God, it's a mock. DRB. Where people will get in trouble in front of you so you guys see what it looks like to get reprimanded in front of all your peers as well. You're going to be doing a lot of laundry folding. It is laundry folding simulator in boot camp. Okay? Like, you're going to laundry fold. That's literally all I remember. You're barely going to exercise. Let's be so real. And you're going to do a lot of laundry folding. Your RDCs, the guys with the red ropes, they're going to yell at you and they're going to give you the ability to drop. But I think drop as in making you do exercise. Like, drop and give me 50. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Until like a certain part, they're not allowed to do it anymore. And so then you don't have to worry about that. Because people, it was so funny. Like, people were worried about like an A school. Like, are they going to make me drop and give me 20? Like, no, they can't do that anymore after a certain part in boot camp. It's a stupid reason. Most likely they regret it and want an easy way out. Easy way out. I'm a little confused, all things considered. Oh, lying to get out of to get out of service or whatever. But either way, it's just a psyop. It's a psyop. Maybe they can now. They can what? I'm so slow. Because again, like, I don't even remember what I'm saying. So I don't even know what you're talking about, debunk user. But either way, the military is certainly something. But I still, nonetheless, recommend Stargazer join the military. I'm honestly really excited. A lot of people were nervous, but I'm hyped. Yeah, I was super hyped too. They're just going to yell at you. That's all it is. You're going to do the humiliation ritual where they're going to make you hold your pee when you do a urinalysis. They're going to make you hold your pee in a cup. Your arm has to be at 90-degree angle and the cup has to be level with your head and you have to walk around holding your pee like that. But other than that, you know, you're going to get your peanut butter shot. I don't know if anyone talked about that one. It sounds hot, not the piss. Not the piss lovers on Maine. But you're gonna get a peanut butter shot. It really doesn't hurt. Everyone says it's like an excruciating shot. It's just like this really big immunization shot that goes in your butt. What's mad funny though is that you're in boot camp and like it's mixed gender or whatever. And you guys are all leaning on a table together and you pull down your pants to get your butt shopped. Ace Known since 1 KO's a gift membership. Thank you, Ace Known. Appreciate it. And congratulations, Ty. Perfect time you're in chat. Hell yeah. You got a donut from Ace Known. That's nice. I appreciate it though, Ace Known. But the peanut butter shot, it burns a little bit, but it's really not that bad. IDK Hex's policy and dropping 20 are in A school. Oh, no. They really can't. Now being reminded of some high-ranking official posting pics of him in uniform and a furry head. I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, I 1000% believe they need to make it a policy, and I'm surprised they haven't yet, that if you're in uniform, you can't be posting like TikToks and shit in social media. It is so fucking unprofessional. Like I saw some chief. She was like on TikTok live wearing her uniform, just like shit talking like the military, being like, I'm so ready to get out. Like, yeah, I'm going to medical to get all my stuff recorded. Just fucking trash, dude. It's just a bad look for the military. Why do you attract so many military people? Probably because I have a very military kind of like personality and persona, and I do openly talk about the military. And people who are like kind of like dabbling in the idea of understanding the military, they follow along. You know what I mean? Like for example, Debunk User is a big military fan, so he kind of follows along in that regard. And I do talk about the military a lot, all things considered. I see a lot of TikToks and stuff, but people will take off their patches and stuff. This, oh my god, it's just so trashy. What else in boot camp is, whatever. I will say they're gonna give you that manual, and they're gonna say, like, what is it? It was like, you had to learn these commandments as a sailor. I never learned any of them. So the goal of what you're doing is memorize one of them. You have like 10 of these you have to learn, where it's like the sailor commandments or whatever. Learn one of them, and no matter what, when they're drilling you and they're like, what is your 7th commandment? Just say that one you learned with your chest, and they won't get upset because you do it confidently. That's what I did. You know what I mean? Is it the blue book thing? It's like it's not a blue book. It's man, I still have one of them somewhere around here. It's just like a sailor's manual, you know? Favorite military propaganda streamer, you know what I mean? Gonna go do my movie doc assignments now, so bye, says Rain. I appreciate you being here. But boot camp was fun, all things considered. It really taught me a lot about humans under pressure and humans under stress. It's a lot different from when I went in. Like now you have access to cell phones, which I find disgusting. You notice how people break down under any pressure and any stress. Probably the most quote-unquote exciting slash scariest thing you're probably gonna do is jump off the diving board in the safe position where it's like when you jump off an aircraft that's over the sea. There's a specific way you have to jump off of it, and it's like you jump 10 feet, but it's not that scary. It's like it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's not that bad. And then you'll have to do the gas chamber where you take off your mask, you go into a gas chamber, you wear a mask, and then you take off your mask and you're supposed to intentionally breathe in order to experience what it's like to be gassed. And I personally, even though they said breathe in, I'm like, why the fuck would I breathe in? I will say some of these people, it really shows you how blindly people will follow orders in the military. They say breathe in. I'm not gonna breathe in. So I held my breath the most of the fucking gas chamber, and I'm like, I was fine right after. And of course, I didn't get reprimanded or anything. But you know what I mean? If someone tells you to breathe in, I understand the psychological effects of like following orders no matter what. I'm not breathing in chemicals and gas that are tear gas is going to specifically make me cry. You know what I mean? So like, keep your head above you. If you don't want to be brainwashed in the military, keep some sense to you. I learned a lot about the military through streamers and shit. Hell yeah. Bro, that's one thing I'm not ready for. I hate water. It's really not that bad. The water is really nicely temperatured. And it's really not that bad. It really isn't. It's a little exciting. Just see it as being exciting, but it's really not that bad. You're gonna have to like prone float. That's a lot of fun. I always like the water days because it really was not that bad, all things considered. I can't swim. I hope you actually unironically can, and you're just saying that exaggerative and hyperbolic, because joining the Navy when you can't swim is wild. But they will put you in a baby's first water session class to teach you how to swim, if that is the case. But you'll have to be remedial. Oh, also another thing, Galleon, if you're kind of like a shitbag like me, to say the least, they're gonna allow you to go to church. And even if you're non-religious, just feel free, because it's just like a time where it's like you're not under the strict command and observation of your superiors in boot camp. So you can kind of take a little break. That's what I used to do. I'm dead ass. Oh my god. Okay, so well, either way, they'll teach you, but you'll be in like a remedial little group of people who can't swim. Wild. If you're gonna the military to pay for college, just know it only pays for state tuition, so now I'm stuck in California for a bit when I want to move east. Yeah. I didn't even know the military paid for college when I was in the military, all things considered. Which is kind of funny. Because it's like, I only found out about the GI Bill once I got out of the military. I'm like, wow, I didn't know the military will pay for your college if you get an honorable discharge. But it should be a lot of fun, Galleon. It was fun for me. I expected way worse, so I pre-trained really hard before joining boot camp. And like I said, I gained like 15 pounds because you barely exercise. You just follow clothes all day, and you eat 3 massive meals in the galley the entire time. I can't really think of anything else that was kind of hard in the boot camp, other than the jump, the 10-foot jump, which is daunting, but it's not impossible. The peanut butter shot. And that's about it, really. That's about it. It's a lot of fun. Military's a lot of fun. But anyway, you guys, I think I'm gonna call it a stream. I think I'm gonna go exercise now. I need to find a way I can go, I can do my walks and stuff on stream again. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but either way, I want to. Because I'm feeling kind of like stuffy, you know what I mean? Because I haven't exercised in a while. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna call it a stream. This was a lot of fun. And hopefully I play a game or something later. Or like next stream. I will see you guys in the Discord. And toodaloo.